Reverb Experiment episode number 28.
Eight.
You guys already know what it is. It's G_Focus is in the building.
Focus.
To my left, we have the Queen, Steph.net.
What's good?
To her left, we have the King, Photo B.
What's
Hey, I have a question. When did he go from the prince to the king?
Since I turned 30.
Hey, right.
Dirty.
So I've been a king for a week.
And he has the helmet of salvation on, so that
Amen.
obviously
Right.
upgraded him.
That's
to
a, that's a true king right there.
It's not pink. That's rose gold.
All
More
right.
rose than gold.
To his left, we have the King, Rajeo.
Rajeo.
And to his left, we have a special guest that we are going to introduce a little bit
Oh,
later.
I'm sitting next to Big Money.
Big money. Big money.
Big Money.
Zone. All right. So for today's show, you guys want to definitely stay tuned. We got some exclusive music that we are going to play first here on the Reverb Experiment podcast. We are going to talk about the Swizz Beatz versus Timbaland rematch. We are also going to talk about the Monique and respectability politics.
Yeah.
And then we are also going to discuss child support. But before we do that, we want to thank all of our listeners
Cuss words.
listening on Apple Podcasts, listening on YouTube, on Spotify. We want to ask you guys to please, if you're on YouTube, to please subscribe and hit the bell. We are on a campaign to try to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. So
Yeah.
please subscribe. If you're listening via audio, please follow and like. And if you are again watching on YouTube, to help us out with the algorithm, please comment and like, and that will help our videos get pushed up to the front so more people can see us.
Because y'all for sure be talking in the reverb.
Oh yeah, they be talking. Oh yes. And thank you for reminding me, Rajeo. If you would like to talk to us directly and interact with us directly, we do IG lives.
Yeah.
So please follow us on Instagram and follow us on Facebook and join the Reverb Experiment Nation group, so that way you can talk to us directly, because we're in there almost every single day
We are in
talking
there
about
every day.
We need to go IG live more often. We really do.
We do.
We really
It
do.
was lit.
We will.
do.
We will. Actually, after this episode, we might do it on Tuesday. So,
Let's do it.
Tuesday is good.
Tuesday is good. So before we get into any of the fun topics, we want to address a very serious topic that is to the Black community. On March 31st, it marked the 100-year anniversary of Blackwallstreet, aka the Tulsa Massacre. I don't want to even call it an anniversary because
Right. I was
of what
just going to
actually
say, how are we
happened.
having a celebration
We ain't
for that
celebration.
shit? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So, but for those that do not know, on March 31st, 1921, a white mob turned Greenwood upside down in one of the worst racial massacres in U.S. history.
Yeah.
About 35 square blocks of vibrant Black community were turned into smoldering ashes. Countless Black people were killed. It is estimated that it ranged from 35 to more than 300 and 1,000 homes and businesses were both looted and set on fire. So for those that do not know, please go do your homework and read up on that. And for those that do know about that, I challenge you to read about other Black massacres that have happened in U.S. history. So
There's
we
a
are
lot.
kind of talking about this off air, that
There is a lot.
a lot of us have not learned about this in school, that we had to kind of do our own research or gone to college to learn about what has happened. And for those parents out there that do know, we just encourage you to teach your children, so that way they know the true history of where we come from as far as African Americans and what has happened on U.S. soil to us.
Yeah, I think I learned about that one in high school, high school, middle school, whatever, just because it was probably like one of the most notorious ones. You know, everybody likes to go, reference that one when we talk about certain situations, not too much on the other one, just because we still haven't learned about them.
Facts.
We're still learning.
Facts, yeah. And you went to Intercom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
see.
school was built 3 years ago.
No, I was the third graduating class.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
The third graduating class.
When did you
I
graduate?
I went around when I was in school.
Oh, 9?
09. 07 was the
My
first
God.
first class to graduate. When I went there was no seniors. When I first started, there were no seniors.
That's how Franklin
That's
was.
how Franklin
That's why I
was,
didn't
yeah.
go there.
And Monterey Trails. Remember that?
Yeah, when they
Monterey
first-
But
Trails.
no, I mean, it's like, we just pretty much,
Oh, 9.
went
I
up.
graduated 05.
Yeah, I was 04. See, but I think that Intercom is kind of its own. That's a totally different. Like, just the whole Natoma School District is totally different.
Yeah.
Most school districts, they ain't talking about that.
Yeah, Natomas Unified School District, when I was with there, I'm not sure if it still is, but it's the most diverse
It still is.
school
They still
district
are.
in the,
Oh,
in the
yeah?
nation.
Still are.
Yeah,
and
we
they're
had
one
That's why
of
we're in
had that
Natomas right
conversation
now
on
filming
another-
this.
and they're one of the best schools in our school districts
Good
that
money
we
street,
have,
you're
because
right.
I think we talked about that
We did
with
talk about that.
with Caesar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's from the Tonka.
Oh yeah,
okay.
G Money.
G Money. Yeah.
He gave us the game.
He gave us the game for sure. Shout out to.
Hey man, shout out Mr. Swag did for us in the 3rd degree, bro.
Right.
That guy go crazy.
All right, man. So you
talk to
already
him
know
every day.
how we operate on the podcast. We don't be beating around the bush. We definitely want to get into the meat of the conversation, the meat of the podcast. So we want to go ahead and introduce the special guest that we have here, man. We have the myth, the legend, a Sacramento, just bigger than life, you know what I'm saying? The rapper, the hustler, the executive. We got Tre Mak here in the building.
Welcome. You used to have to hide your bitch around this dude.
That's another topic for another show, man.
You ain't talking about that now.
He has
Changed.
He's delivered.
You couldn't. When your girl talk about going to a Tre Mak show, you be like, no, you're not.
Where who? My past, man.
The original Tre song.
Hey, he stole my
Hey.
Trick or Treat name, man. Gino.
The original Trick or Treat, man. Yeah.
Hey, I was very offended when I seen that coming. I'm like, Trick or Treat, hold
You
on.
want to ride on that nigga? We got connects. We can set it up.
Hey.
Trey owes him a check.
Right,
Hey.
cut the check.
Hey, I
Check,
need
Trey.
that. I need that.
Y'all
Appreciate
sound like
y'all
Guap.
having me, though,
Y'all sound
man.
like Guap Dad. Cut the check.
Cut the check.
Appreciate y'all having me, though.
Yeah, no, man. Thank you for coming through. We definitely appreciate you coming through. So we gonna go ahead and hop into this interview, man. We
Yeah.
all know that you got fans that are watching. You got people that have been following you since the days of
Yeah.
way back then, the Point Blank music days, the DJ Quick days. So for those who are not
I'm
aware
a
of who you
dinosaur
are,
in this, man.
I wouldn't say dinosaur,
He been
man.
eating
You
for
a
a
vet.
long. He been eating for a long time.
You're
bro.
a vet.
He
You
been
are
eating for a
you
long
are a
time.
vet. You are a vet. So for those who are not aware of who you are, can you just give us a brief breakdown on where you started and where you come from?
So basically, man, like we was talking about off the air, I mean, before there was a little Bow Wow, little Romeo, all that stuff, the little child rappers, I mean, they was being written for, but I was penning, I was penning my
shade.
own rhymes and everything back then, man, and just, you know, from the beginning, like, and you know, I'm an 80s baby, Kid and Play, Young and C, like, I just, from that moment of hearing them, it was just something I wanted to do. I wanted to put words together and do songs. So, you know, trials and tribulations, learning the game, you know, about 18, 19, got a little more serious in it and just devoted all my energy to it. Started meeting the right people, just grinding. Like I said, man, like, you know, not this new era where you just put something out on SoundCloud and then you famous, you know what I mean? Like I really had to put in the work to even make a name in my own neighborhood because everybody was trying to do it, but you had to go that extra step and put the work in. So, you know, doing these shows with 5-10 people in the crowd, you know, just literally out there hitting the road, grinding, being my own manager, my own stylist, whatever you know. And so from there, just built my name, met the right people, grinded, put out music, and the music was good music. And so I got a good response and just kept building from there, met quick, and kind of that took me to another level of the game and just soaked up game whatever stop I made along the way.
So you know what? I think that's a good point where you're talking about when you were rapping. So around that time, rapping wasn't really the cool thing to do, was it?
Nah, it really wasn't. So it was the thing, well, you know, like we was just talking about when we was joking about, you know, you in the party and the music's playing, everybody want to spit something in your ear.
Yeah.
But nobody really wanted to take that plunge and get out there and put out a song and put your name on it and stand by it. It was just like, oh no, I just mess around with it. But it was another step to actually get out there, believe in it, and put out music and put your own money up for the studio time and things of that nature.
It was niggas like me, bro, singing ass niggas. We had the whole shit.
That was R&B era.
I was about to say R&B was popping.
Early
was R&B
2000s.
era.
Yeah, that was an R&B era. I didn't quite have a singing voice. So.
He got a dope ass rap voice though. It's built for rap.
So I had to do, you know, my thing with the rap. But, you know, like I said, it was crabs in the barrel mentality in Sacramento anyway. So, you know,
Still is.
it
I
still
was about to
is.
say
You
still
know what I mean?
is.
So the minute
That's everywhere,
one
though.
person got a little bit of traction with it, everybody else started grabbing at it and grabbing at you, and you know. But
Nah, it's really the hate. Not so much the grab. It's how
Yeah.
they start treating you after
The
you
hate.
start popping.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's why even with music nowadays that I put out, bro, all my shit's booming, but I don't push in sack.
Yeah.
I pushed it originally, but
Yeah. But I mean, I think
sure.
it's a gift and a curse because at the end of the day, you know, that kind of internal competition and hate and
It makes
shit
you
that we
better.
deal with,
Makes
a
you
lot
better.
of cities don't. They just anoint the next guy and everybody riding with them. We had to fight amongst each other to even get recognition in your own street. So at the end of the day,
and all
when
the
you
talent,
make it,
all the
you
talent
ready.
we got out here. You know what I'm saying? Like we got incredible fucking artists out here. Bro.
Yeah,
Like,
and when they pop through, like they gonna last because we battled within
But they
our
always
community.
leave though.
But see, here's the thing though,
They're
like
I'm out.
yeah, that's true.
no, for real, because like I mean, shit, you got to.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of people from outside of SAC, outside of Cali in general.
Yeah.
They be like, we're in a bubble in SAC. So a lot of people when they leave SAC, they blow the fuck up.
Yeah, but Sacramento is one of the few places that is large enough that if you can get the city, you already on before you get out.
Yeah,
We have our population here is so big.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of us we really get stuck in trying to market to one demographic.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, with my music, I get a lot of support here. I mean, but at the same time, like my bigger demographics are like Chicago, Atlanta, New Jersey.
I have literally probably sold more overseas than I have in North Highlands.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's because you're the nigga they grew up with,
right? But
so
like,
it's hard
if you
to really look at
when
you
were like
as
a LA cat or a Bay cat,
they would love you.
That's
for that
not
shit.
the case.
Yeah,
like
they love you for that
you a
shit.
legend in your own
neighborhood,
hood. Before,
yeah.
I mean, like when I check my statistics, I'm popping in Germany more than I'm popping in my own hood. You know, but it is
That's
that's
always been
Sacramento.
weird to me, but
Well,
it is what it is.
It's just that mentality, man.
Yeah.
Because it's I guess like it's easy for me to kind of sit next to a dude that I feel like I learned from growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually had a platform to build on. You know what I mean? And I think that jealousy thing kicks in when you feel like you're not getting your turn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not hard for me to sit underneath somebody and learn, because I had my OGs were like Candyman and Mike Mosley.
Yeah.
I got to hang out with Mr. Knocking Boots. You know what I'm saying? So
I low-key feel like a lot of people don't have much expectations of people in SAC.
that's true. I agree with that.
There's
too.
some truth to that.
That's what I feel like. That's what it is. Like,
But
SAC? Because like,
I think because you think about the Bay Area and LA just always overshadow. That's where everybody attention be
That's
at.
true.
Yeah. And if you're not from Cali, you just group sack in with the Bay.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Like I went through that,
Exactly.
and I got Bay roots. Like I was, born in the Bay Area, from the Bay Area originally. So like that internal battle of, well, you repping the Bay, you repping SAC, and then you go out at Cali, and then they just grouping it all together.
don't know-
anyway.
they don't know nothing about that.
Anyway,
They don't give a shit.
All they asking you from LA or you from Oakland?
For real.
Right.
Like literally,
Yeah, like,
they don't
give a
know
shit.
nothing else other than LA, Oakland, and San Francisco.
Yeah,
That's
for
true.
real.
That's true. That's
SAC. Like, where's SAC at? Don't worry about it.
They think everybody's surfing California.
You say this,
man.
Right.
You gotta say,
I've gotten asked that.
I be
before.
talking like, but it's way further.
It ain't all sunshine
Yeah.
and surfboards,
It's not.
man.
Yeah.
Like, even over there, it's not even always that like that.
Exactly.
Dirty ass beaches, but we ain't gonna get on there.
Yeah,
I'd
they
rather
gotta
be over
get
there
out
than
more.
our river.
Hey,
That part.
I spend more time in the Bay than Sacramento, bro.
You should work there.
Yeah, I do. I'm in there.
So Trey, so when you were coming up, what were some of the other names that were kind of popping around that time
In SAC?
In SAC.
Okay, so when I came up looking at Holotip,
I work with him. He's
Lynch, Bo, the Mount Rushmore
Marv.
of Marvelous.
She's popping.
Yeah,
right there.
that would really complete the Mount Rushmore
Yep.
of SAC, in my opinion.
Yep.
So they kind of, made it possible to think that you could do it here. Peer wise, man, I was
T Nutty.
Oh yeah, T Nutty, that's my homie.
Yeah,
But I'm uber like competitive, man. And like
Yeah.
when I was in that space, like I didn't like nobody. Like I didn't like anybody, man. Like I just was,
What do you
that
mean?
was my
the
MO.
competitive nature of
That's changed a lot, just in music.
What do you mean?
I think it's changed
the competitive,
in life.
the competitive
Look
nature.
at the NBA and how
Well,
buddy everybody is.
I-
I'm
I
old
actually-
school. Like you trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. I wasn't on the crabs in the barrel hate on you,
Right.
but like
I'm definitely about to outgrind you 100%.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm outwork you, and so
I think I agree with you. There's like about the competition part. Because when you said that, I remember Kendrick. Kendrick going in on everybody.
Yeah.
It's not, nobody's rapping to be better than anybody. Everybody's rapping to rap.
Right.
They're not trying to. It's not like you're not battle rapping publicly like that. I mean, there's, you know, you still got the whole difference of you got battle rappers and you got people who are, you know, industry rappers. There's that difference, but they're not really battling like that. The way the social media is going, the way everything's working right now, is like there's no point. You don't need to be. You don't need to like try to.
Everybody can get a bag.
Exactly.
Easily.
Everybody.
You can say that, but the niggas at the top are the niggas trying to kill everybody.
Exactly.
Drake is killing everybody. On
when
purpose,
he do his shit,
that's because he can't.
He's trying to annihilate the competition. Like it ain't no buddy shit. The cast is in it to just get the quick bag.
Drake got the same OVO niggas that he started with. He said, "Fuck everybody."
I think one of the.
I mean, that's different. Like, you know, trying to get your bread, get you with the same bag, and it's like that is cool.
Nah, because I think that it takes a certain amount of that killer instinct to outwork your competition, right? Because motherfuckers really be acting like we got here on accident, right? But at the end of the day, even on days we don't want to do this shit, or we might not like each other, or we don't feel like doing show notes or being on calls and all that shit, we do that shit. And that's a certain level of being a killer, because we know that we could half-ass it and still have a podcast.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so in order for us to get the recognition that we have to be better than everybody else.
Shit, I have my photos.
No, real shit. You have to.
One of the female rappers just said that recently, where she was saying, like, I don't understand why everybody feel like we all gotta like each other.
Exactly. That's the piece.
We don't have. Everybody don't have to be friends.
And it's not that
I didn't like nobody.
It's not that I don't like you, right? It's not that I don't like you, but like, you got a deal because you were trying to kill everybody.
Yeah.
I got a deal because I was trying to kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? And when you lose that, bro, I think that hunger is why you see artists fall off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That longevity, J. Cole, on every fucking song he put out, he was dogging niggas on every song, because he understands that I have to stay up here so I can keep fucking eating.
Yeah. But it's all about features now.
For it,
I feel like now it is all about features. It's like you just get a stamp of approval. Like, it's artists I never would have known if Drake didn't get a song. But
it's not.
So everybody wanted.
What it's really about is the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got the machine behind you, or you got a small label that's got $100,000, $200,000 laying around, you can get a Drake feature, and then you could blow. But look at what's it, Block Boy? What's Block Boy done since Drake? Nothing. Look at Fetty Wap. What's Fetty Wap done since Drake?
But he probably gained a few fans from that too.
He did. You know, but you still gotta be a killer. You understand?
You still gotta keep on moving. You can't just let that shit ride.
You can't just say I did a song with Drake. Look at I Love McConan. That nigga gone, and we was all going up on a Tuesday not too long ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that killer instinct, you gotta fucking relight that candle.
You gotta be consistent. That's the thing. You gotta be consistent.
And it's not saying that you like, and I appreciate him saying he didn't like niggas because he understood where the food was. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of that alpha mentality. You know what I mean? You gotta.
Well, yeah, and I think people gotta realize, because I think a lot of times if you're not in, well, I ain't gonna say if you're not in music. If you're not in a competitive sport, you don't understand the competitiveness that goes with it.
Right.
So it just gives you an edge. So it's not to say that I'm beefing with you.
Not at all.
It's just to say
I had those, but that wasn't that.
But that wasn't it. It was just, hey, I see what you're doing, because I respect your craft,
let me go
I'm
harder.
gonna go sharpen my own craft to be better.
Exactly.
For instance,
it's kind of like iron sharpens iron.
For instance, one of my closest homies, Bugsy, we was doing the same thing within a fucking 2-mile radius of each other, in Highlands, and the respect was there, and all of that. But at the same time, we both wanted the same thing. We talk about it now, like we had an ear to what each other was doing, but it wasn't to come make a kinship out of what we hear, and it was to be like, okay, he did that, okay, all right,
and then I need to step it up.
But then that pushed you to do better.
Exactly.
But it ain't hate, because I feel like women, men do it too, but women do that. Like, it's not that we want to outdo our friends, but if you got friends that's on a shit, you gotta step your shit up. Like, I ain't about to just stay right here and let you be up here. Like, no, I'm gonna rise to the occasion.
Because what you're saying about the culture nowadays, I feel like when we lost is we're on that take me as I am culture. I'm supposed to just be able to participate because I showed up. You know what I'm saying? It's not. That's the whole thing with this rap shit in sports. Like you said, you got to be undeniable, man. People got to be able to look at you and hear you and see what you're doing and say, yo, you're the fucking truth. Because if not, they'll fuck with you for a little bit on some, like, I support you on some local nigga shit. But in order to blow this shit up at whatever you do, you got to really go.
Have to have an edge. Have to have an edge. That's for sure. But
you still got to be authentic. And I think that's what I press is that people be wanting to, they want that respect and they willing to do anything to get it. And I don't like that.
That was huge for me. That was like one of my main core values was just like respect and also being real. Like, you know, I would hear people rap about some of the stuff that actually wasn't happening or they were participating in. And, you know, I couldn't wait to, like, if I had some kind of life experience that I knew would, you know, I guess,
translate well into music. I couldn't wait to hurry up and put that on wax because I really lived it, you know, or, you know, there was times where people would say those same things and didn't know what the hell they was talking about. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, and I can speak to that because I was around during some of those runs.
Oh yeah.
And the shit that you was talking about, you was doing it. You was definitely doing it.
We also know other niggas.
I'm a born again nice guy.
There was a few shows where I was like, all right,
born again nice guy.
I know, but I'm just saying, just when we talking about the authenticity.
Oh yeah.
That there was some authenticity too.
We're in the go viral era, so people
and
we
wasn't. No,
nigga, you really had to be fucking dope.
If we was,
thank God there was no cell phone videos back then,
bro. I'm gonna tell you what.
I'm telling you, like you had, man.
Because the way we grew up was way more cutthroat than it is right now.
Well, because it was word of mouth.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it was eyewitnesses that was just spreading like that. So if somebody heard about your track record, it was because it was authentic.
Right.
It wasn't
at the end
adopted up video that you could edit and make it look a certain way. Yeah.
Take out the part where you know you was on the receiving end of some drama and put the good part in there. It was like,
bro, I tell you, this internet make me even go harder because I'd be goddamn if you whoop on me on World Star.
Yeah. I was jealous of the whole World Star community though. Once I kind of calmed down and everything, I was like, damn, man,
you definitely had some World Star moments.
It's crazy.
Had some World Star moments.
Mr. Take your bitch and beat your ass.
So to try to get back on track, man. So I know that we were talking about working with other artists and you know some being competition and some pushing you. So out of all the artists / producers that you worked with in the past, who did you enjoy working with the most?
Easy, Corrupt. Corrupt. Like for starters, I was a fan first. Like, and I found that out. You know, I kind of had the epiphany of realizing how much of a fan I was being on tour with him and Quick. And then we get up there and we, you know, do our set and I'm doing Quick's ad-libs for all his songs and Quick is a legend himself. But when Corrupt would do his parts, man, I'm rapping Corrupt's verses like they mine. You know what I mean? Like I even had moments, man, I don't know if y'all ever did this, but like some of my favorite songs or artists, I would keep rewinding the song and write down their lyrics so I can know their words. I did that with Corrupt. And so, you know, to bring it full circle and be on tour with him and you know, he's a throwback too, man. Like,
bro, he's doing that on tape.
Man, he'll throw a beat on. It don't matter. Like after the show, after the, you know, the tour, you get back to the bus or whatever. If there's a beat on, Corrupt gonna rap, and we gonna go at it right there. And it was dope because you know he's Corrupt. He could have after the show been like, all right, y'all see you on the next city. You know, but he's a real artist, and I really, really, really admired that. And plus, like I said, I was a fan first.
Man, Corrupt. Everybody loved Corrupt because at that time there was a misconception that West Coast rappers couldn't rap.
Yeah.
So you had Spice One, you had artists like that, you had Corrupt.
But put Yuck in there too.
Yuck too.
Yuck.
And you had Corrupt where he had an East Coast cadence, but it was West Coast. East Coast flow with the West Coast cadence. You know what I mean?
You still had. Oh yeah. You're right.
So he kind of
he
was one of some of those artists that I think that you got to give credit to the Kendricks and to some of these other artists that are coming out to like the Games that West Coast artists at that time had lyrical credibility.
Right.
Yeah.
The Ice Cubes, those guys gave West Coast lyrical credibility.
Yeah.
So he was one of those originators that it wasn't like those West guys they can't rap. No, they can rap.
Man, they better go back.
You're right, bro. Like
you go back and play some of them doggies. I'm not doggy style, but dog food verses right now.
Hey, Corrupt really made me want to get into music.
Yeah.
Big time. And then I had an experience where I got a chance to work with Yuck Mouth, and I felt the same way.
Yeah.
Because I remember in freshman year in high school and sophomore year in high school, that's all everybody was playing, Yuck and Mesh.
Yeah.
Remember? So when I got a chance to work with him, I actually got a record with him and Tech Nine and Bone Thugs and Harmony all on the same record. You know what I mean?
That sounds crazy.
Bro, it's fire.
That sounds crazy.
It's fire, bro. I got to produce it and sing the hook. So,
okay.
Dope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just know that feeling like you're saying.
Yeah.
Like when you look up and you're working with niggas that you idolize and admire.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So you come from that cloth. So we got to. So for the people that don't know who you are, we got to understand because you come from that that lyrical, corrupt, dog pound. Claw.
And a lot of times too, like you said, we get that stigma on the West, corrupt. He come out, his affiliation and things like that. So for the lyricists, they hear him, but they not listening. You know what I mean? Because the presentation of it.
Yeah.
Some of my most angriest songs when I'm in there going off and naming people's names in it, I'm actually rapping my ass off though.
Yeah.
But because of the presentation of it, it doesn't get received like East Coast music.
Right.
And so,
right.
We struggle with that in the West, but at the end of the day, there's no place like home.
Yeah, exactly. So I heard you mention Quick in there.
Yeah.
So if you can just kind of give us kind of a quick breakdown on how you hooked up with Quick, and then just kind of give us, how was it working with Quick?
Okay.
Because obviously Quick's a legend. Right? And again, we were talking about the stigma that Sacramento has, that we're kind of in between the Bay and LA.
Yeah.
So for an artist from Sacramento to hook up with a legend like Quick, I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to downplay that. So how did that happen? And then what was it like working with Quick?
So I didn't realize it was such a big deal until like I had time to kind of step back from, of course, Quick is Quick.
Yeah.
But, once I saw how Sacramento treated that move, I'm like, oh shit, this is a big deal for my city. Because at the end of the day, we still trying to make a name for ourselves as a city in this genre.
Even today.
Yeah. So when I got back, out there, I was just trained to go, song, let's go. But when I got back home after a few of them tours and stuff and saw how it was being received, I'm like, man, this would be dope for everybody if this really goes to the top for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had that big picture in mind. And that's why I was coming back and doing stuff with the group stuff and always trying to keep that spotlight here. But anyway, it was the, the pinnacle of like what independent artists strive for, like doing a show, opening up for them, the artists take notice and, said something that actually stuck. Not, hey, I want to work with you, but like, next day on the phone flying me out there.
Oh, wow.
So it happened fast. And so it was just like, that's what you prepare for. And you do all these rinky dink ass shows for,
right.
And these opening up shows where you're doing a 7-minute set. It was like, I caught his attention and I'm going out there. So as soon as I got there, we went straight to the studio, did some songs and on the spot, man, I want to sign you. So it was just like, damn, like this is that moment that I've been waiting for. So, and working with him, man, he's a legend. Like what I didn't know about Quick is, I didn't know just how musical he was. Like for me, he's DJ Quick, Tonight, and honestly, one of my favorite songs, the diss song on MC8.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's but when I started working with him and he, from grabbing a guitar or playing these chords or whipping up a beat from scratch, I was like, damn, this dude is like underrated.
Yeah.
To be a legend, you would think, you know what I mean? Like
to be an underrated legend.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? You're an underrated legend. But I saw that firsthand. And so the experience, I learned a lot. You know what I mean? Could it have went further? Yeah. But I can't knock what it actually did do for me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was dope. It was dope to work with him, and it was dope to actually it fueled me for probably the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Right.
Just knowing that like they do notice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it was like not only did he grab me on the spot, we talking about stuff that I did and how I was being wrecked. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is not for nothing when I'm throwing a song up here and I see 200 views on it.
Right.
You was one of those 200 views. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like the culmination of all that stuff.
Impressed enough to make a play and make it happen.
That's a good point. And you know what? I think we have to emphasize that when you are putting in the work in, that you just need to stay consistent and stay committed to the process.
Yeah.
Because along the process, you don't know who else is watching you.
Right. Straight up.
Again, like I know for the podcast, we've had those moments where I look at an episode, I'm like, man, we only got, a certain amount of views.
It ain't about the numbers.
You don't know who might be one of those views.
Straight up.
Or the content, or when somebody finds your content and they see like, damn, they got 29 straight episodes and they ain't stopping. You know what I'm saying? And the consistent seeing the growth, like they could go back and look at everything. So you got to keep putting your stuff out there.
Yeah, keep your foot on the gas.
Stay consistent.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. So for those listening, man, hopefully y'all caught that gem. So are you currently still working with Quick right now, or?
No. And I haven't, honestly, I just kind of touched base with him when he did the whole, I got shot on April Fool's Day stuff. I had to check in with people, make sure he was cool. But you know, I did come to realize, and again, I respect Quick a lot.
Yeah.
But attention is big for him, and I think that started to clash with my personality. We on good terms, like I said, but there was moments at the tail end of our stuff when, you know, it was one of those things where it's like timing. So for instance, if Quick would have got me at like 20, 21 years old, I would have been along for the ride of just the party atmosphere, like rah, rah, rah parties and girls. And let's, you know, at the time I met him, when I'm coming to LA,
it's go time.
I'm ready to work.
Yeah.
You know, and there was a couple of times where I could tell that like my ambition in that department versus like him just, you know, wanting to keep me close.
Right.
Sometimes it's like, man, you like a real rapper, man. Like, chill out, man. Like, party. I'm like, man, that's cool, but like,
I'm ready to
here
go.
for that.
I'm ready to go. You know what I mean?
Where the beats at?
Yeah. I swear to God, he would tell me stuff like, man, I'm gonna give you to Dr. Dre. And I'm like, well, if you could, you know what I mean? But I'm like, you know, that sounds good.
So I'm gonna give you the
yeah,
Dr.
he said that to me several times because I was really on my rapping shit at that time.
Right.
Like I said, it was just timing. Like 10 years earlier, I would have been cool with just like doing the show with you, doing the after party, waking up, doing it all over again.
Right.
You know, but for me, I really, really, really was there to work.
It was grind time.
It was grind time.
I
So
got you.
yeah,
you put in all
fizzled
those
out.
years of work, bro. You want,
Yeah.
and it's in front
Well,
of you.
because you think that's your ticket.
It is
Yeah,
the
man.
ticket. If you
Yeah.
let me work,
To
Well,
me,
for
yeah.
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for the, you know, for the bigger artists, sometimes it's just I didn't need the entourage. I want to have as many people close to me as possible because, you know, kind of like what we're talking about with, you know, Drake. A lot of times it's a chess move.
Yeah.
It's strategic. I'm going to work with you because you have this fan base.
Yeah.
And when I'm close to you, then I'm exposed to another bigger fan base.
Yeah.
And I may put you on the show for a little bit because I just needed that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a move. Obviously, we respect.
It was
Quick.
some energy like that. Like, you know, to me, you know, out here, I was starting to be somebody. But when I was with him, like I said that one of them songs, Until These Legends Leave the House, the porch is fine. Like I was cool with just playing my part.
I like
but
that saying.
but when I was like out there and we getting off the stage and they coming to me for equal amount of autographs and they want to know when my stuff coming out, I saw the switch where it went from like, Trey, I'm not rapping no more. I'm behind. We doing your album to like, I'm gonna do another album. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, let's do it. You know, but it you know, the energy shifted.
There was some competition. There was some friction there. Which again, look, we got love for Quick. So if y'all listen, this is not a diss to Quick. We just being real. We being authentic here.
Yeah.
And I think this is a lesson that independent artists need to hear.
Yeah.
So for independent artists that's listening to you, and let's say that they do maybe get approached by a bigger artist or a bigger producer, what kind of advice would you give them?
I would say, if at all possible, try not to align yourself with another rap artist. Like, you know, if now Quick is a producer,
Right.
but he's a rapper too.
He's also a rapper.
Yeah.
And he has dues to pay with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, no disrespect, but that's not, you know, coinciding with what you need as an artist.
Right.
If you got a producer that's also an artist and still has to walk that walk as a rapper himself.
Right.
So, you know, of course, you're not going to turn down no shit that pop up for you.
Right.
But if at all possible, if I can give anybody advice, and I've seen a few that have went and kind of went that get up under artist route and fizzle out
And then been shelved.
and be shelved.
Yeah,
and,
man.
you know,
That's low key what happened to Tiger, ain't it?
Yep, it's
When
the
he was with
yep.
Young
Yeah.
Money, he never really got his turn.
Same thing with what we were talking
couldn't.
about off air. Same thing when I signed to Mike Mosley, I signed to a producer.
yeah.
So as a producer initially, he wanted me to write songs for other artists.
Yeah.
Right. But also when it was time to produce and I had these records, I had to have the records broken down and he
Yeah.
wanted to add his 2 cents to the, you know what I'm saying? And it just it really is in its purest form a conflict of interest
Yeah.
to sign to somebody who does your same
craft.
Right.
craft.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Granted, we made a lot of money and I got to work with a lot of huge artists and some of my favorites, you know what I'm saying?
So it's not all a failed.
It's
you
not,
know.
yeah, and it gave me exposure.
And that's
But I feel like you felt, I didn't get all of the shine and the credit for all the work that I was doing.
So the push you may have
everybody
received.
what Suge said, all in the videos.
Yeah.
No, and so it's not. But
Yeah,
I think that's with anything. Though.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's with any craft, not just music, not this. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to like go be a apprentice to Tom Brady if you're also a quarterback.
Facts.
Straight
You know
up.
what I mean? You're never gonna really.
You finna just be
Well,
sitting there.
well, you will learn.
I mean, you'll be
Right.
Jimmy
But that's what I'm saying.
But
I
how
learned,
long you
I
gotta
learned a
sit
lot.
there,
But
though?
how long you got to sit?
Right.
That's the question.
Right.
Right.
See,
And that's what I was asking myself.
Learning and then being able to turn it into your big moment. See, that's the hard part.
Well, and you might miss that window.
Right,
Exactly.
because
if you're sitting.
Because he's around, he's been around celebrity. I mean, I've heard so many stories about, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
even like even with Dr. Dre and what's his name from out here, bro? We were just talking about him.
Producer?
Yeah, Mark Knox.
Yeah.
See, you know, Dr. Dre picked Mark Knox,
Mhm.
and then again, as a producer, signing a producer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how big the name is, at the end of the day, if you're working in the same craft, that person's always going to put their career first.
Well, and they have an agenda.
Right,
Right.
of course.
There's
Right,
always an
right.
agenda.
I'm only getting signed because I can make you money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you
True
have to
that.
think about it like that.
It's an
right?
investment.
No, it's an investment.
Yeah.
So me taking my deal, I understood that initially, right up front, right? But I also knew that the guy that I signed to did all the Tupac music, did all the 40 music, worked with Jay-Z and Busta Rhymes. So I got in all these fucking rooms,
Right.
but I was never like the primary fucking
Right.
Focal point.
exactly.
And I think that's a really good point, is because you got to know, and most of these guys are young, so they don't have that mindset.
Yeah.
You got to know what you want out of the deal.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't have that
Because-
mindset.
because
Business aspect of it.
because
we were
it's
just excited to be
very
there.
Mhm.
it's very rare, the Dre and Scott Storch situation, where nobody knew what Scott Storch was, but then later on he became big on his own,
Right.
Because he was able to, because he had the skills to do it. But before then, we thought Dre did all the keys, we thought all of that, right?
Right.
So it's, some people are okay with being behind the scenes. Some
Right.
people
Yeah.
don't want to be in the limelight. Hey, just give me the check and I'm cool.
Right.
But
Right.
some people want to build their own platform on top of that. So you got to
Exactly.
know what you want to get into.
Exactly.
So in hindsight, back then,
Mm-hmm.
let's just bring us back there. Do you think it would have been better maybe to do like a joint venture instead of signing with Quick? Like, would you have changed anything, or would you just have kept everything the same because you learned from the experience?
So I got to tell a quick story before I answer that.
Go ahead.
So, I was about to sign a deal with another label that was out of the Bay Area.
Uh-oh.
Like literally, like
Can you say who it is?
I won't right now.
Okay.
A couple more drinks, I might.
I got one more drink.
Yeah.
Is this Reverb or is this Drink Chat?
Is it Swizz ENT?
No.
Okay, I was about to
But
say.
I had this opportunity sitting there waiting for me. This label, in pursuit of recruiting me, booked me the DJ Quick show. So they we showing you like how it's gonna be when you with us. So they gave me and my brother these shirts, and they dressed us all up, put a little money in my pocket, put us on the tab for Quick.
And that's what got you the Quick deal.
Yeah, but check it out. So this is to get back to when you say like, would I go back and do it again? So what ended up happening, of course, they set up the show. I do the show. I meet Quick. The chemistry with me and him immediately. And so right then on the spot, once Quick started saying he's going to sign me, one of the guys from the label was there with me and my brother, and he kept saying like, no, he signed with us already. And then Quick was like, well, you can't pay him like I can.
Right.
So it became this like bidding war right in front of me. I'm not gonna lie, I got an ego and I'm grinding. I'm like, oh, this is pretty dope. Like how high will they go? You know what I mean? But so he Quick kind of flexed on him because he's Quick, and this dude was not known. And so I told Quick right there, I'm like, hey, I didn't really sign with them yet. I'm actually was gonna sign with him tomorrow.
Yeah.
So quick backstory on this. My bad. I'm skipping some parts.
No, you good.
We was about to they had the contract and everything there, and it was like, oh man, just go do the show and sign it in the morning. So that's that's they
Look at God.
bird in the hand. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the hand. I'm ready. I'm here to sign.
Yeah.
So anyway, didn't sign. Did the show. Hooked up with Quick. Quick told me to my face, don't sign with him. I'm like, hey man, like, do you know where I'm from? And I'm out here struggling and trying to like, don't sign with him. I'll call you tomorrow.
Right.
Fuck. So whatever. I don't sign that night. I go back. I come back to SAC. Next day, phone ring. Quick actually called. Go out there with him. Whole signing thing. And then the hardest call I had to make is hitting them up.
Be like, yo, I signed with Quick.
They was hot. They wanted me to start paying
course
back
they
some
were.
shit and all this other stuff.
And niggas was on your noggin about to beat your ass.
Yeah.
Shit go.
I don't know about that time. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
He said, not that track.
Nah, not that shit. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I've always thought about that moment because I seen what they did with like this other artist, and they was putting a lot of loot into him. They put all their chips behind him. Like he was the focal point, and then I went with Quick and wasn't. And it was just like, I wonder, you know what I mean? You know, hindsight's 2020, but I would go the Quick route again. I would. So as crazy as it sounds.
So with all that said, you still would go the Quick route instead of going. So you would be possibility of being shelved instead of being the star.
I'd be shiesty to them all over again because man, the experience. I mean, shit.
See, but if you were younger though, and you got that Quick deal, you would, and you got out later, then you would still have another opportunity with some experience.
True.
See, that would be kind of the contingency upon like how I made my choices. If I was younger, when I signed to all these, when I signed to Mike, bro, like I would do it again if I was younger because of the exposure and the experience.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to. It's so hard to do it without the machine, bro.
Yeah.
Well, and
all the losses ain't, losses.
And you can't put a price point on experience.
You can't.
Right.
You can't.
And that's why we're able to run our business the way we are now.
Yeah.
We've been around, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I learned a lot. You
take $1 million and sit shelved, or you take $10,000 and you be the star on the
So which part got the million? I got that one. I didn't get $1 million with either option.
I didn't hear about that one. Wait, what was that one?
I think we all got to be. I think nine out of 10. 9 out of 10 people would have probably taken a Quick deal.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if I went back with this knowledge, I still would. Done it. It was it was fun. It was fun. And like I said, coming back to SAC with that on my resume, it was Sacramento, man. You know what I mean? Like it was huge.
Yeah,
it's huge, bro. It's still huge.
Yeah,
it's still huge.
Reverb experiment exclusive, man. That's
still huge.
That was dope. That was a good
interview.
story. That was a good story. Speaking of stories, what is your craziest story that you can tell?
That you're not, going against no NDAs.
While being a part of the industry.
Your wife, one of those stories. One of your stories that your wife not gonna give me.
That's why I'm saying. I didn't want to say into this shit. I didn't want to say.
Let me think. No, not that one.
PG.
No, not that one.
Okay. Honestly, man, I was so like in the moment. So a lot of my best stories came from like when it kind of slowed down and I look back like, damn, that was dope. So like, I mean, I got some crazy quote unquote Hollywood stories, but I would like the first thought that come to mind is a moment that was big for me. So I was doing a show in Frisco with Snoop and Too Short and Quick. And was that Why the West Was One? Why the West Was One tour.
Okay.
Yep. So in fact, I ran into Mr. Fab there. And,
then we gotta talk about that.
Yeah. That happened.
Beef.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so my brother's a like huge Snoop fan.
Everybody is.
Like huge Snoop fan. So he came down there with me for the show, and then so Snoop is everything that you think Snoop is. He lives up to that aura. Like the dude looked like he got some shit glowing around him when he walked in.
I got a chance to rock with him in Portland with this dude named Skylar
Like for
J.
real.
Yeah,
the dude is like, we got to protect Snoop at all costs. He's a national treasure.
He got the orange glowing
I'm telling
around
you.
him.
So when he slid through,
like Last Dragon.
Man.
Yeah, like Last Dragon. Yeah.
When he slid through, it was like, damn, that's really Snoop. Like I've never had like a starstruck moment. Like we've been around a lot of stars. And same as my bad.
Ooh, I was close.
Not even, so this is still first drink.
Same as my brother, man. So like we've partied with some NFL guys and shit. This dude, my brother was at the NFL Combine and shit. So we haven't really been starstruck. And so when Snoop came and he slid by our dressing room and he spoke to my brother and everything and then slid off, I'm like, oh, that was dope. That was Snoop. I look, and you know how Rob looked, man. Rob about, he cocked diesel, right?
Shout out to Rob, man.
Yeah, I look over at him, man. He wiping tears. No bullshit, like no bullshit. I'm big brother, so like that shit touched me. I'm like, oh man, like this is dope as fuck. Like to have him.
Look what I did.
Right, you know what I mean? Like it's dope as fuck. Cause like at the end of the day, I haven't had that moment. Like since I've been jealous ever since. Like damn, what star would
Who's
do
gonna
that to
make me
me?
cry?
But nah, like looking back at that, man, just like one of my dope Hollywood stories is just see, you know, grown man see his childhood idol and have a emotional reaction like that and know that like I was a, you know, like,
you was able to facilitate that.
like and didn't even know that was like something that was that huge.
Right.
But looking back on it, like that's probably one of my dopest moments. You know, my moms and pops got to meet some people that they wanted to meet, which was dope too, but nothing like that moment. That was just like, you know, unforgettable.
Right,
That's dope.
Who have you got? Who would you guys be starstruck by?
Oh, I got a lot.
Drake.
Will Smith.
I was about to say Drake, Rihanna. If I see Rihanna, I'm gonna just pass out.
Yeah.
For real.
Like,
What'd you say?
Will Smith, 100%. 100%.
I don't think I got one.
That's what I was trying. I've been wrecking my
You
brain.
know why? Because I've been around so many.
Well,
people.
and let's not say starstruck. Let's just say somebody that you would be happy to see. You would be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody that you've been wanting to meet.
I'll tell you, like, one of the story I told you about when Mike got me with Bone Thugs and Yuck Mouth and Tech Nine all at the same time. I felt like
that's huge.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about three massive indies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you've already had your moment.
Yeah, I feel like that was my moment. Where I think like when I got the record back and I heard it was going on the album, that's when
that was your moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe Barry Sanders. I mean, I'm trying to think. It would have to be somebody that can touch that childhood nerve.
Yeah.
I think for me. You
I
know what I mean?
you.
Like, it's got to be MJ or Barry or, you know, somebody that's like would bring back those feelings of like when you really idolized them.
Yeah,
We was talking about the nostalgia earlier.
And the nostalgia for me would be like Jerry Rice, if you're gonna like,
There you go.
or Barry Bonds.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, Charles Woodson.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I mess
die.
with C-Dub, man.
I would die.
Everybody I've not met
I would
one
die.
person.
I'm a
that does not
49ers
like
fan and I
Charles
love
Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everybody
loves
do.
him.
You can't not love him.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. That's dope. That's dope. So to kind of catch us up to 2021. So what you got going on currently and where can we find you?
What I got going on currently is I am a football tossing, homework helping, driver's ed teaching, don't burn the kitchen down dad. Like, you know, family's priority for me, focal point. I'm trying to get these boys to college and you know, my daughter's just coming out of 6th grade, so she's about to be in 7th grade. I mean, I still do music, man. I love it. I couldn't shake it if I tried.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've done things like, I did a song for, the high school for their football that they come out to.
Oh, nice.
Stuff like that.
Nice.
But as far as currently going on, man, like I'm really, you know, on my family tip and pushing it really hard and making sure that I got my 100% attention on getting them where they need to be. Yeah. But you know, for anyone that's still out there trying to catch up on like my music, my catalog, that's the one dope thing about music, man. It's like it's forever.
It's embedded in history.
It's embedded. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to do anything else. If you want to know what I was about or what I did or what I contributed, it's all there. I did just with this podcast coming up, kind of go back through the archives. And when I was giving you this song that's not out yet, I was like, man, I got a lot of shit that I did when we was sheltering in place. So I am going to put, you know.
You made an album?
Oh, man, shit, it could
Several?
He like
Boy,
damn
say he got
near.
time.
Yeah.
Got an album per month.
Man, that's
I'm
all
about
I was
to- I'm about
doing.
to do an album
That's
with
when
this
the
nigga.
beard started and everything. It was just like, don't come out.
Hey, by the way,
we
fuck
can't come
all.
out the house?
No, no,
Okay.
Okay.
On y'all beards.
I got time today, cuz.
A little something.
No, I can see y'all got the beard and mustache combo. My mustache still look like his. Yeah, I'm talking about
Isn't
you,
he
neighbor.
12?
Right. Nah, he's 16.
Nasty Nate.
Y'all not popping like him though.
Oh.
His is full.
No, his is full.
Nah,
Yeah, I
I
ain't
I
gonna
just
lie.
cut my. I keep cutting mine to try to make it like that. To have
I
it
gotta
grow
take
back
some more
in.
biotin. Get some more. What's that? Jamaica castor oil.
Castor
You gotta put
oil.
that in there.
Hey,
There's
they
a
got-
lot of
I
shit
need
that
some.
comes with
Give
this
me
stuff.
some.
They got a lot of
They got beard bonnets.
Y'all know how much food
That's all
I have to
good.
pick out of this thing? I can't even enjoy a burger without.
weak.
Yeah, I walk out. Oh man, you got food right here. Food right here.
Look,
But
It's all right.
I'll take those
I'm gonna
problems.
get y'all some beard bonnets so y'all can start protecting y'all.
Oh,
I seen those
I appreciate you.
I seen one of those.
I
online
appreciate
before.
you. I literally just took off all the sides yesterday,
Yeah.
man, and I can't. I keep cutting it because I want that.
See, this
I
why we
want
wear
that.
bonnets to protect our hair and keep
So
it
are you
growing.
telling me I need to cut my shit?
Me and Raj gonna do a
I'm gonna look like
biotin
him.
sponsorship.
Hey, we should.
And we're
What's
gonna do
biotin?
Jamaican castor oil.
Yeah, it
helps
seems
you.
like-
Helps
It's
you,
vitamin.
bro.
Do it work
Helps
up
you.
here?
Bruh.
It's a
No, listen. You want to see something great? My boy yesterday sent me his
Don't show me that paint on shit.
Nah,
people
it's
doing.
not paint. It's not. Look, bro.
Hey, y'all see that video talking about dating 2021?
Yeah,
Look
no.
at the comeback,
With a waiter spilled on the dude, and he wiped it, and the whole thing came
Oh,
off.
no.
That's crazy.
And I'm definitely not getting no beer weave either,
Look,
man.
look.
That ain't happening.
The lace
He had
front.
surgery. Look at him. Look at the comeback.
Oh
Get
yeah,
that
they
seat.
been doing that.
That follicle spray.
Yeah, he can't.
That
He
was
ain't getting
yesterday.
nobody ocean with that on.
Nah, he good.
No. What they do is they take it from the back of your head and the sides, they graph it, and then they put it on the top. And
Oh yeah, hell no.
It's like rototilling.
That's too much work, man.
Rototilling your scalp, bro.
I see
Like
the girl
just
do that 'cause
just
her
man up and
hairline
cut your
started
shit,
going
bro.
How you
That's too much.
BBL your forehead?
That's too much work. You probably gotta
Hairline.
do hella extra shit to leave the house. I'm cool. I like the easiest route out the house,
Facts.
man. Like
Hey,
honestly,
I
my
still
beard
go to my
take me too
barber,
long
fam.
now.
Facts.
I still
Yeah.
got my
The
barber. I gotta
easiest-
get this cleaned up.
Yeah.
The
I
beard-
haven't learned how to do it yet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm too scared to do it.
Trial
I'm
and
not-
error,
no,
man. I done
I'm
messed
not.
up a lot of
I
beards
won't
to
even
get it
See,
touch
right.
yours grows faster.
I
It
won't
does
even
grow
touch
hella
it.
My
fast.
shit, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I already got to this point. I can't go back. I'm bald, so I gotta have
You
something
got, I'm
down
about to
there.
say you gotta have some. You
Yeah,
can't
you gotta
mess
have
that
something.
up.
Nah.
We're out here looking like One Punch Man.
Young little chemo.
That's all you gotta let. You gotta cherish it.
All right, man. So, well, first of all, hold on, man.
Let you know about that. I'm so
Let us give Tre a round of applause, man, for a great interview, man. Even though you didn't let us know the label that was gonna sign you for a quick.
I tell y'all off there.
I'm about to say off
Let me go ahead
Yeah.
and fill you up again.
They might
Top off.
send me another invoice or something if I say that name. Yeah, like,
You run it.
Yeah.
But I wanna get into this record, man. I wanna get into this record.
okay.
If you want to
Thank
go
you,
ahead
bro.
and introduce it, man, this is a Reverb exclusive. Yes, sir. Exclusive. This is the first track that we've ever played that has not been heard by anybody else on
Yes,
the
sir.
podcast. Hopefully, this is the first of many. So, you want to go ahead and introduce the track, man? We're gonna go ahead and let this play real quick.
Hey, so
But
thi-
it's a bop. It's a bop. We bring It's a Bop back.
Hey, it's a bop. Hey, this is years in the making, man. Like I said, last year around this time when everything first hit and we was all going crazy and stuck in our houses, I made a lot of music, and this is one of the first songs that I did. And so it was pretty cool to, kind of fire it up and listen to it before I brought it to y'all today. But it inspired me to not only put this out, but put out all the music that goes with it. So
Facts. Hey.
years in the making.
This is a hard record. Hard record.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
I already like it.
Look, looking through my lenses, shit gon' look a little different. EBT beginners now, I'm worth a quarter ticket. My Cuddy quarterback that set him back a quarter century. He gon' die in them shackles, but we all do eventually. System got us caged, but I'm so free mentally. Survived the street life to show my kids what they meant to me, but stayed so ready for.
Hold on, man. You can't
Bars,
start off a
bro.
record like that, man.
Bars.
Wait, hold on. I was like, wait.
Hold on, man.
What you hearing there, man?
Come on, man.
What you hearing there?
You can't hit us like that during the pandemic. We gonna have to run that back.
All you have to, you don't got shit else to do but think.
We
That's
gotta
it.
run that back.
That's it.
We
Deep
gotta run
thoughts,
that
You
back.
know, the most dangerous person
Deep
is a
thoughts.
writer in a box by himself.
EBT beginnings. Come on.
Hey,
Hey, turn it up.
See, I like people that got music, lyrical ears, man. Look. Looking through my lenses, shit gon' look a little different. EBT beginners now, I'm worth a quarter ticket. My Cuddy quarterback that set him back a quarter century. He gon' die in them shackles, but we all do eventually. System got us caged, but I'm so free mentally. Survived the street life to show my kids what they meant to me, but stayed so ready for the day them niggas sent for me. Ghetto melodies, bullets humming like a symphony. Rep the 3K like these niggas really kin to me. Hella scars, hella scabs, just a little skin to me. Another rap career killed, that's far from a sin to me. Spilled to the streets, well, that's a win-win for me. Did what it took, had what it takes. Built with the real, slid on the fakes. Devil had the wheel, God hit the brakes. Smoke inhalation, all the trials and tribulations. This is years in the making. You gonna love the bars on the second verse now. Yeah, this is years in the making.
I gotta take my bonnet off for this.
You got too hard. Yeah, this is years. Willpower is real power. I took bricks from burnt bridges, went out and built towers. Young wild nigga kept stacking until our babies didn't have to go nights without milk powder. $1 and a dream, now it's a done dollar. Gunpowder residue, fed to them Rottweilers. Them rich city days wasn't friendly to out of towners. Years later, bones buried underneath pretty flowers. Who you telling? Nip died, I felt qualified to drop my 2 pennies. Undersized shooters get heavy-handed when too skinny. Internet trolling in 2020's the new envy. Please tread gently, my track record is too lengthy. Did what it took, had what it takes. Built with the real, slid on the fakes. Devil had the will, God hit the brakes. Smoke inhalation, all the trials and tribulations. This is years in the making. Yeah, this is years in the making.
That's that one reason said.
Yeah, this is years
Jack
in the against me, I'ma get it, no prob. Any given second, I can go so rob. Advising my situation, that is not your job. Track record banging like this record, homie, on God. Survived all odds, gangsta never in question. Release without confessions, the streets, and lots of lessons at peace. Without protection, capiche? I'm never stressing. They sleep like narcoleptics, I wake them like paramedics. I'm on Friday, March 20th, 2020. Quarantine in this motherfucker, wondering what life gonna be like 6 months from now. This shit I'm working on, am I gonna hear it? I'm on the wrong side of the stand-up shit. Did what it took, the years in. Had what it takes. Built with the real, slid on the fakes. Devil had the will, God hit the brakes. Smoke inhalation, all the trials and tribulations. This is years in the making. Yeah, this is years in the making. Yeah, this is years in the making.
That's that mob shit.
Had to take it back on
That's
school,
that mob
man.
shit, bruh.
That's what, for whatever reason, man. Like that whole time span was just like a reflective time span.
Like Mozzie in the game all over that shit.
Yeah.
Features, bruh.
Oh, that's popping right now, man.
That
Big
was
time.
Tre Mak, years in the making.
That was fire.
Made me take
Appreciate
my bonnet
y'all,
off.
man.
That was fire.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Man. Woo.
That was
Hey,
fire.
I'm gonna tell y'all because y'all already know that I got the rapper DNA in me, right?
Yes, sir.
There was very few rappers that I knew when I had to go in the booth that I had to bring whatever hot 16 I needed to bring. Tre all the time, bro. There was not too many rappers that I knew
Yeah.
that were, everybody got their ego like, man, I ain't gotta worry about this dude.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I'm coming in. I could just 10-minute verse. I'm good.
Yeah.
Tre? Nah, I couldn't do that with Tre, man.
I appreciate that.
I
fam.
had to like listen to what he said first. I'm like, oh, I see where he going with this.
I appreciate that, fam. We did a lot of music, man.
That shit hard, bro.
We did a lot of
a
music.
rapper of rappers.
That shit
Appreciate
hard.
you, man.
You had to
Appreciate
pull
y'all.
how Nicki did Cardi. Had to
Bruh,
go back and redo her
facts,
verse.
bruh.
Hey,
Like,
listen.
she came harder
Listen,
than me.
I never have rewritten a verse unless it did not fit with a song.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Nigga said, don't play with my name.
don't play with that. Don't play that.
Don't play with my name.
But I got it. You got to give respect, and that's what he's talking about. When you are as a rapper,
Yeah.
the biggest thing that you were looking for from other rappers or people who do it is just the respect of it.
Yeah, respect.
And whenever I came into Tre's booth, I knew that he was coming with it, and he was either at the equal level or better than what I was doing. Because it's not easy. Just even in today, if you listen to a song,
Yeah.
you don't hear a third verse.
Mm-hmm.
You don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. And it's not because people just don't want to do it. It's because they don't have the pen game to do
Well,
it.
Right.
and the attention span is.
Yeah, and just
people.
and for those that don't got that ear, just listen to the third verse and how the flow totally switched.
Yeah.
It was a total different cadence, and it's not that he kept it up for 4 bar. It was throughout the whole third verse.
Yep.
And it's hard to do that and also say what you want to say and express it.
Right on.
You know what I mean? So that record, you can hear that, and you can like even just envision during the pandemic, just like
That's
kinda
a
locked in, you know what I mean?
That's a
Felt
long
that.
drive record, bro.
Yeah.
When you're just in the car, just driving.
But
and
that,
just
but that's
in
what
your
he's saying.
thoughts.
That's what music does
Yeah.
is that you can listen to it and you can it automatically takes you back to a
Takes you
time and a
place.
place.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for that, I can already hear the pandemic. I can already hear the
in the tone.
raspiness. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's what a real artist does is that he makes you envision what's actually going
He
on
understand-
per
he
the
can draw.
record.
What you're saying is he can verbally draw you a picture.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that's the difference between
Tell
a
a
rapper
story.
and an artist.
Yep.
Period.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Period. That was
Yep.
dope. That was fire.
A lot
Yeah.
different than that. What's the other record?
I was just getting ready to say. I was just
different.
going to say.
Remember the other one? Different.
I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to
Yeah.
say. You're never going to make it on the radio. Not with this real shit. Bro.
Different was
Not
fire
with
too.
this, you're not gonna
So
make it,
so
bro.
hey man, you got to release that.
Yeah, I'm on it, man.
You got to release it.
Like
But
I
you
said,
heard
y'all,
it.
the show, y'all inspired
But
me
you
to.
heard it here First.
Yes, sir.
Hey, who produced that?
My homie, Baby Bub, man.
Hey,
Baby Bub.
he's
That's
fire
shit
on
hard.
He's
beats,
always
man.
been fire, man.
Nah,
Like,
lit.
go to
He
State
did that
of
beat that
Mind.
we did.
Yes, sir.
Do it big.
Yep.
Oh
yes,
my
sir.
God, I still
Yep.
love that beat.
That shit
Yep.
hard,
I just
bro.
was slapping that maybe like a week ago or
Oh
so.
man, that had NBA 2K written all over
It did, man.
God damn.
See,
We had a few that
only
was
if you was in
slept on
LA,
back then.
It's my
nigga.
chance.
That's all. Yeah.
It ain't too late, man.
Never,
Niggas is
especially
still
with
rapping
something like
at
that.
50.
You know what?
bro.
Hey, that's a good question.
Yeah.
When should rappers stop rapping?
How
You
can
said
they
do
stop
what?
rapping?
When should rappers stop rapping?
How can they stop
That's a
rapping?
real good
Everybody's
question.
35,
No.
34, 35, 36.
But with Jay-Z and Nas's and the LL Cool
Them
J's
niggas
pushing it,
50
so-
year old in 50s.
that's what I'm saying.
So with them, shit,
40s, 52.
don't stop. 40,
Right.
don't stop. Snoop, don't stop. If you an aspiring artist,
Right.
Yeah.
Don't start.
Don't start.
Make that clear. Make that clear.
it's over. You know, I'm, to be honest, I'm reluctant. A lot of my little internal battles ain't just that I'm being lazy and haven't put it out. Some of it's like, man, you know, like especially when I go back in my mind and recollect like the things I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm just sharing my story. But it's like, who want to hear this old cat talk about this stuff now?
A lot of people.
You know what I
Instead of
mean?
doing jazz and shit.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'll retire for that. But what I'm saying is like, and I did carve out a little niche and have a few fans, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you just starting out and you know, like,
That's
yeah,
true. That's true.
I think the age thing only matters.
But you're
the point of your
recalling.
career.
But you're
Right.
recalling history.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's different
Right.
when you making it up.
Because
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And then have your sons listen to your music?
They have.
So what did they think? I think I've always wondered that. Like,
Yeah.
would I allow my children to listen to what I was rapping about at that age?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
I was reluctant at first, but
Uh-huh.
you know, my oldest two boys, they teens now.
yeah.
They listening to other people that's telling
Way worse story.
They're
way
basically
worse
grown
stories.
men.
Boxing.
Grown men.
and some of it is cool because like my oldest, you know, there's some songs that reference him
Yeah.
and his impact on changing my life
Yeah.
and things that was happening when I was figuring out fatherhood and still trying to figure out
Yeah.
the battles of the streets and stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, for him to hear that and hear his name in songs where he didn't even, you know, like they didn't care if I was rapping or tying animal balloons together. You know what I mean? But
That's fire,
like,
though.
but now to sit back and they can go back and dig that stuff up.
Well, and you can give them context too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because obviously you don't want them repeating some of the stuff.
Exactly.
But like I remember, I think Cardi said it, right? She said she don't want her children listening to no
yeah,
music.
see, I disagree. It's art. And it's
well,
my art.
well,
It
but they're
came
older.
from their dad.
They're older though.
Right. I didn't play it for them at 5 and 6.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Right. But like, yeah, you know, like.
But now they're older. Now they have better content. You
Yeah.
can tell them like, hey, you know what I was doing wasn't right, but I was just trying to put food on the table, so that's
Right.
what I had to do.
Right. They know the story as if they were there to live it with me.
Right.
From the ups and downs with the music industry to
Right.
stuff in the streets to
Right.
to like me learning how to be a father young. Like they, you know, so yeah, I think it was appropriate. It was age appropriate when they finally listened to it.
Right.
I
right.
think it's important for your kids to know your story, whether they're going back to listen to it in music
Yep.
or just tell it. Like
Tell
they
them.
should know. That's how they learn.
I 100% agree.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yep.
That's a really good point. All right, man. So what we do on every show when we have a guest is we either have a game where we play One's Gotta Go or we have a question of the day. So because we have a rap legend, hip hop legend here in the building, and because we have people here on the podcast that are 30 and below that weren't here in the early
30 and
90s.
up.
30 and
At
up.
least we
excuse
all
me.
in.
I'm 30.
You know?
He think he
Let
grown
the cut
now.
off.
I'm saying,
I've been
Nate's here. He's under 30.
He ain't talking.
Nasty Nate.
Nasty Nate's here. So we're going to do a One's Gotta Go with best West Coast album of the 2000s. So the first one we got,
You said best?
the best.
Okay, so
Best
one's got to go
album.
out of the best.
Out of the
Album.
best. One's got to
Okay.
go out of these
Out of the 2000s.
I
out of
don't
these
want to
albums.
pick the best. I don't have one best.
No, I know. Yeah. So
Yeah.
one's
You
got to
pick us up
go.
We
today.
gotta go.
So one's got to go out of Kendrick to Pimp a Butterfly, Game, the documentary, E40, My Ghetto Report Card, or Dr. Dre, The Chronic 2001.
Mustard and mayonnaise.
That's a hard one.
PMs, hustlers.
Can I go
Busters,
first?
Go ahead.
players.
Bye, Kendrick. Y'all
Just
go
like
now.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye.
You
I'm
know
gonna
what?
let the game go.
He letting the game go.
The documentary? You letting that go?
That was such a hard fucking
It
album.
was.
Because wait, hold on.
there.
That's true.
there,
That's true.
It don't hit the same.
Which,
That's
which,
true.
which, which documentary had the one where he was drunk?
One.
That was two?
That was The
That
album
was
when
two.
Dre
That was
left him.
Documentary
That was
2.
two. That was two.
Yeah.
That shit was hard too.
That was hard,
Both
too.
of them. God, staying.
Nigga,
But the first one, man,
nigga,
that song about his son.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna put you on the game. I'm gonna put you on the
Better
game.
put you in the
Yeah.
game.
I mean,
You
this is
wasn't
how
there,
we do.
nigga.
This is how we do. This is how we do.
Yes, nigga. This is how. Nigga,
That one they had with
Hate it or love it.
Hated or Love It.
Bro,
Hold on, man. I gotta pull
come
up that.
on.
I gotta
Hated
pull
or
up the track
Love It.
list on that, man.
Bro, that shit, it's fire.
That's not coming out.
Probably one of the
All
greatest.
right, so what
releasing
you letting go?
I would probably have to let go Kendrick, bro. To be honest.
And so I'm to
And
And that had Dreams. Hold on, man.
man,
Bro,
come on, man.
Hold on.
Come
Dreams,
Yep.
Higher,
It's-
How We Do.
I can
no
take
question.
you higher.
no
oh my
question.
gosh.
Start
bro.
from scratch.
Yep.
The documentary Running.
And can
Yep.
you play higher
Running
real
with
quick?
Yayo.
Can you
God.
play higher real
like
quick?
Father, like Son.
Like Father, Like
yeah,
Son?
that's not going.
Just play
Hey,
higher
so
real quick.
I can't.
Before.
I can't.
God. Oh, you
I
higher
didn't
just
wanna
higher
remove
come on
anybody
and just
Oh, yeah, that should go. Yeah.
He was in like middle
Can't say the
school, so it
unstop,
didn't hit.
Yeah.
unstop,
I
I make
can
it
tell
hot.
you.
I do it.
Yeah, that was hard.
But you was in like elementary
Scott
school
Storch
when
and
it came
Dr.
out?
Dre showed they ass and
I,
Timbaland
I
showed
would
they
have to
ass
take
on them.
so the way I would do it
Steph.
is because of this. So
Fuck you.
you can't take Game out.
No.
First of all, you can't take him out because man, that's the debut album. Like that's the one. That's the one where you worked your whole life to get to.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
that
he
album
made it pay
means
off.
more.
He made it pay.
That what was the other three?
Kendrick to Pimp a Butterfly,
Uh-huh.
E40, My Ghetto Report Card, and Dr. Dre. Chronic
Yeah, see, so
2000.
right off the bat,
let go of the Chronicles.
right off the
bro.
bat, you can't let go of Game. Like out of all those albums, that's the debut album. So second, then I go to you can't get rid of Dre because that was when
No
he went
way.
through all the shit he
You
went
can't.
through.
Yep.
Left Suge, all that,
Look.
and then got Left for Dead, and then hit him with that, and was like back relevant.
I'm gonna look. I didn't even listen to it. I know better. Let go. Of Dre.
Man, that shit put
Let go.
West. That put the West back.
That went
So
crazy.
that ain't going nowhere.
That shit was
and
hard
then
as fuck.
thirdly, like my
Like,
Ghetto
get a
Report Card,
bro.
like when 40 dropped that,
Bro.
like
Once Mustard and Mayonnaise hit,
That's the
nigga, it
one
was
when,
a wrap.
Oh, IP movement.
that's the one when Lil Jon
Yes.
out with 40. Like,
Yes.
yeah, don't
It
play.
was crazy.
So,
Yes.
you know, and To Pimp a
We're talking
Butterfly
about
ain't Kendrick's best album to me.
players, Hustlers, gangsters.
It's not his best album to me.
I think Mad City is.
It's Mad City.
Yeah, it's Mad City.
So, like, yeah, Kendrick would have to go on this one. Now, we just talking, you know.
Now,
the
if
artist
if I'm
of
gonna
Kendrick-
listen to Kendrick Lamar, I'm still slapping Pimp a
Oh,
Butterfly.
yeah,
That shit
by far.
hard.
It's hard. Like,
Got the
all
Coast of
four
Burgundy.
of those are classics.
I didn't say
Yeah.
it didn't. I'm just saying out of the choices
Out of
we
the
got.
I agree. Kendrick.
Look at the gold hand. Look at the road. That nigga
Kendrick,
hard.
I gotta go with
Still-
Kendrick, man.
still-
You gonna drop him out too?
Golly, because I remember when E40 dropped that.
Come on, man.
When you were
It changed
in
the game.
when you were just driving,
Bruh.
Changed the
every
game.
car was slapping
Man,
E40 at
facts,
that time.
And honestly, he put out an album where, for the first time in his career, his focal point you could tell was singles.
Yeah.
Bruh.
So
Every
he had
single
"Tell Me
one.
When to Go."
Yeah,
he
yeah,
had,
yeah. Just how it
he
started
had the,
off.
"You and That" with T-Pain.
Yep.
He had he had a man like his damn near his whole album was
I
catered
just
to
be out
like
here, white girl,
White girl.
white girl,
White girl.
Yo, why I pull up and that's what I was playing.
Album.
yeah, it's
Like,
crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
that one
Yeah,
can't go
I
nowhere.
can't. Yeah, I can't. I can't do it.
It's legendary.
It's got to be Kendrick, and that's a
Yeah.
dope ass album. Like how he intertwined Pac
Yeah,
in the whole album.
yeah.
But still, yeah, no.
Yeah, that white girl shit was crazy.
Yeah.
White
Bruh,
girl.
Just
Jewel.
the,
Wow.
just the intro.
Bun B and Jewels.
Just the intro.
40?
Yeah,
It was
area.
from
We
the
beat
Bay.
to rap what? Key
Oh.
beat to lot what?
Yeah.
We beat to rap what? That shit.
Yeah,
When Rick Rock
area.
beats you, fella, all
Bro,
right.
because isn't that what
Yeah.
kind of, I mean, he was already
Yeah.
doing
I got my
stuff,
second win,
but that's
pimp.
what got
Yeah.
Rick, but that's what got him
Man.
kind of on.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
yeah.
like he said,
That whole
it felt like he
shit.
got his second win, like he reinvented
Talk
himself.
to me,
like that whole-
pimp.
Yeah.
Fuck with a
You know
pimp.
what,
Right.
because at that time, that's how
Heavyweight,
you
a
that's
bar,
how you
not an
gauge
amateur.
what was a
What
hot
it
album.
do?
Is when other people
Yeah.
were slapping it out in the streets.
Yeah.
Everybody was playing that.
Yeah.
Everybody.
They was playing out the speakers in the
Even
front
that-
in the grills.
That muscle cars. That muscle cars.
Muscle
went
Cars
crazy.
Bro,
was
muscle
on
cars
there.
was so
Is that
hard.
on that album?
Yes.
It is on that album.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Gouda.
my
Remember
God.
Gouda?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Magazine she hustlers. Books and players.
Talking about it.
Ooh, take the beats back to the coffee table. Come
He
on.
had
yeah.
one with
Yeah, and that was with Keek and Turf Talk.
Yes.
Oh, my
Muscle
God.
Cars.
Come on,
yeah.
You think you gonna get rid of?
Go hard or
you
go
gonna get rid
home.
of? Tell me when.
Go
to
hard or go
Go hard or
home.
go home.
Nigga, that was on every video game.
Do your head like this, do your head like this, do your head like this.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, so we all agree
Yeah.
that Kendrick got it.
Except
Though.
for this
Yeah.
guy,
He
he
said
get rid of the
game.
game.
Yep.
As far as
Give
the
him the
majority.
womp,
As far as the
womp,
majority.
womp,
No, don't give me no one.
See, but I understand because Kendrick was later.
Yeah.
So
it's still, I don't give a shit if he was later or not.
no, I'm saying for him. I'm saying for him. I'm saying for him.
Don't make excuses for him, bro. He knows we do this.
He graduated 09.
With those albums meant to rap. Oh yeah. And so the latest one of those albums came out was Kendrick.
He was alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Kendrick. That album came out in like
14.
But he can't appreciate the documentary because I think we in high school.
See, that's what I'm saying
16 or 17?
because my Get a Report Card came out in 06.
Oh yeah.
Right when I graduated.
Documentary like what, 05?
I think so.
No, I think it was a little bit before that.
Nah,
I was in high school when that came out.
Like 03.
Documentary is the one he was sitting on the tires, right?
50 dropped in. 50
I thought that was like a little bit
50
early.
dropped
like
in 02.
like
Get Rich or Die Trying dropped in 02.
Maybe late 05.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
My vote,
I mean
05.
early 05.
No, 02.
No,
Okay.
no,
Hold on. No. 05. I'm sorry. I was looking at
When 05?
05.
Like
January 05.
Because
Okay,
I remember
yeah, 'cause I was in middle
My
school.
son was born at the end of 04, and I remember like, you know how you hear them songs sometimes, the artist, and you're like, damn, this song is dope. I wish it was like mine, and I thought it is. When he did that,
Nigga, I just did that in the car the other day.
when he did that Busta
Like
Rhymes
Father,
song,
Like
Father,
Son,
Like
Like
Son,
Father,
I
Like
was
Son.
like, man, I just had my son. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is dope as fuck.
It is.
Like from the talking
And the
about how it ran
production
in the
from top to
hospital.
bottom.
It's some dope ass song.
Yeah, the
And I remember
production
hearing
was
so that's why it always takes me back. I know like what year it was.
Yeah.
But that's like I said, good music. That's what it
Thinking
does.
talking about all this just makes me despise the internet even more because the way that people like play the game now because of how his internet presence, and I'm like, dang, y'all be forgetting the game was.
He plays himself.
He plays
He
himself.
do play himself. I'm not saying he
No,
don't.
everybody play.
But
Everybody
it's
who
like,
get played
I wish
played
we still
himself.
had that mystery around
Had the
artists.
mystery, yes.
Where it was like,
But you
damn,
can't have
we
no
could just
mystery when
remember
everybody's
him.
trying to get famous on dick prints and shit.
Well, I mean, like,
you know what I mean? Like, ain't no mystery.
But back then, when
Photoshop
there was no
different.
social media,
You could just appreciate the artist for their
No, I hear what you're
music.
saying, though. I hear
and
what
you,
you're
and you
that-
had no
that makes
easy
sense.
access to the
That's
artist.
true.
It's like I don't want to know how you is in real life.
That's true, because if
like
you knew how some of your favorite artists was living way back then, you
Yeah.
probably think different. So that's
you
true.
would,
Exactly.
you wouldn't really.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about Tyrese.
It's
Like,
too
bro,
much
I
access.
love Tyrese. but I'm
Tyrese,
like-
he hard,
Tyrese
bro.
went
Tyrese
cuckoo,
should
man.
never gone on the
But
internet.
game,
Tyrese
you
went
cannot
cuckoo,
deny
man.
Game's catalog.
Right.
Nah.
And I be trying to tell people that about
Nah,
the
there's
game
one I
and
didn't
even
like.
with Bow Wow. I'm like, bro, y'all be forgetting Bow Wow was
Bow Wow
hot.
got a
Bow
catalog.
Wow,
He boosie. He boosie now.
He doing
but
dumb shit.
See, but I feel the same way.
I don't know about
See, but
that.
I feel the same
he
way
was
about.
hot as fuck.
No.
He was hot because
Yeah.
But
he had
I-
Q factor. He wasn't
Yeah.
giving us no bars,
No
nigga. He
substance.
doesn't
Okay,
know.
well, I ain't gonna say he had
There
bars,
wasn't
but
no
I'm
What was that?
saying
What was
y'all
that?
be
What was that
forgetting
shit he
Bow
dropped
Wow
early
was beat.
2000?
No, I think what Steph is
like,
saying, like
Him and
12.
Omarion.
No, he dropped something 2012, 2013.
Did he?
It's a song for the real nigga. Doom,
Bow Wow?
doom, doom.
I don't think
Yeah,
about.
I don't want to
I
hear
didn't probably
shit
press play
about
on that.
real Bow Wow saying nothing about real.
But I
niggas.
feel like people be trying to
oh, capping ass
Neither do
nigga.
I.
they be trying to play
No.
Bow Wow
Ass
like
nigga.
he ain't have a little run.
No, I think what you're
Actually,
saying.
the Brat had a run
I
with
think-
Jermaine Dupri.
I think what you're saying is people try to play Bow Wow like he didn't have hits.
No,
Bow
he
Wow had
has.
hits.
He has
Thank
hits.
you.
He had monster hits.
He had hits, but
That's
like,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
I've never listened to a Bow Wow album in my life.
Yeah.
But
Me
it's
either.
different
No
demographic.
grown man
it wasn't,
has.
Right. It wasn't for me. It's
Right.
not hate. You know, there's
Yeah.
some great albums that just weren't for me.
Well, and I feel the same way about Ross. I think Ross's catalog is just impeccable. Like,
Yeah.
if you listen to it, it's great albums, but he doesn't get the recognition.
Yeah. No. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, and he's put together like some good, like start to finish bodies.
Yeah,
of work.
like bodies of work. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't even know which one's my favorite of his.
Man, he got so many.
Who did he go against in the verse?
Trilla.
He went against 2 Chainz, but
Deeper than
wasn't
rap.
no. See, but the thing about with the one that he went with 2 Chainz, he said he kept 20 so that he can go again. He didn't even play his best 20.
That's like the only verses I don't think I really watched. I think
I wasn't really interested in seeing it.
Yeah, I think I just missed that one.
Yeah,
It wasn't
alright.
a good matchup.
It wasn't a good match.
wasn't a good
That
matchup.
was honestly the problem.
It wasn't a good match. And then Chainz had too many songs with other people. He played all
I
features.
do remember hearing about that.
It was a lot of
like
features.
That's why you
all
never seen
features.
Tiger do a versus.
Yeah, we ain't seen Tiger do
Yeah.
no verses.
You're not going
I'm
to.
gonna skip that.
Is he
You're not
supposed to do
going
one
to.
now too?
No, you're just
I'll
not
be
going
out the
to.
loop.
Just not going
This
to.
I don't
nigga
know.
said, "I'm gonna skip that one."
We gonna skip
It's
that.
gonna
Bored
be
in the
all
house and I'm in the
features.
house bored.
Because after Ratchet City, then what you gonna play?
I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored.
So, speaking of verses, we
We
gonna
got
go ahead and get
nothing.
into our internet wins again.
Woo.
This is where we talk about the topic, the hottest topics that are on the internet.
This is gonna
So
be
we're gonna go ahead and get into, since you're talking about verses, we're gonna get into the anniversary of Swizz Beatz versus Timbaland. First and foremost, we want to congratulate Swizz and Timbaland for building a dope platform that definitely gives people their flowers while they're still here.
Yep.
And they made lots of money.
They did.
And brought other people along with it.
I was gonna say the next part is they made lots of money for other people.
Yes, they did. So I
Everybody got shares.
They sold it.
I
too,
give
didn't they?
them their
And they're still
due
in control.
diligence and
Damn.
their credit for giving the other 43
Great
artists that
business.
participated in Verzuz a share of the company when they sold.
That part.
Lots of money.
That was dope.
So that was.
I
that
thought
was,
they didn't sell. I thought it was like a joint
I mean,
venture.
they
like
partnership.
partnership.
Yeah, it
I'm
was a
sorry.
partner.
I'm
They
sorry.
didn't sell though.
They didn't sell because they are actually still owners of the company.
That's dope.
So that is dope.
Hopefully something that
if-
just started from them messing around on the internet.
On IG Live.
They was like, look, let's just put them together and shit.
That's dope.
another quarantine.
That's dope as hell.
Shelter in place, and something came out of it.
Yeah.
That's dope
You
as
feel me?
hell.
They seen everybody start doing concerts on the on live and shit. We see Tory Lanez going wild on there and shit. It's like, look, fuck it. People want to see what we're doing. We can't do nothing else. Might as well go live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Them beginning battles, the producer battles,
Those
them
are
was the
fire.
ones.
Producer battles was the one.
them
Those are
the
fire.
ones.
Because you didn't even like remember like or know.
Or no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That- it was the
so
mystique of like, oh shit, he made that.
Yup.
Yeah,
Ne-
those
who
was the
it?
best ones.
Neo and
Neo and Jonta Austin. That was fire.
went crazy.
Yeah,
I knew about Neo's pen game though.
Yeah.
Everybody
No,
should have
but the
known about
songwriter
music.
ones, that was fire because you like, damn, I didn't know he wrote that.
Uh-huh.
Like Jonta, he killed Neo. I'm sorry.
You think so?
Yeah, he did.
That
He
was a
did.
good one though.
It was a good one.
But it reminds you of what they wrote. But yeah, the producer ones, they were fire too. The one that I really liked was the Dream versus Sean Garrett.
I missed that one.
Yeah,
My
because they
favorite
got
is
so
probably-
many hits.
Well,
Oh,
it's because
yeah, Sean
because
Garrett's
that 2000 R&B
They got so
era.
many
Yeah.
hits.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I love 90s R&B, but that 2000 R&B.
That's when you used to
That's
get your
a
Life
close
Jennings
second.
on,
Oh,
man.
It's close
I think
second.
it's better.
that was when I was
It's
dating.
not.
That
Jennings
was when I was dating.
He was
I think
Life
that
Jennings.
That's when I was
2000
dating.
was
That's
He was
when I
a
was
real
dating.
life Life Jennings.
Oh,
So
my God.
he said he thinks that early 2000s was better than the 90s.
I think so.
No,
Nah.
Thank you.
no.
It's
just
right there.
It's just we were living it.
For me, the
They were
music.
living
For
it.
me,
Come
because
on,
I'm a
man.
producer,
Show
I
to
like
see.
the music better in the.
We talking
early
about R&B or
2000s.
rap?
R&B.
Oh,
R&B.
90s. I got
Come
the
on.
90s.
I just think.
Yeah.
I
But
think
when
the
you
production was better.
But when you're living it, it's different.
I
When
agree
you,
with
when
that.
you are riding with a chick and you put on a record,
Yeah.
and she getting, she feels some kind of way.
Well, that's why I
Hey,
say I love
because when I put
Tyrese.
on
I
that-
love all of that,
Yeah.
but
This
the
nigga-
90s
this
just
nigga-
hit
Listen,
different.
90s.
This
Listen.
nigga G focus.
Yeah,
That's
shit
the real
now ain't the
trigger.
same.
But when I put on that Trey Songz album, the one that's black and white,
I
what's
know what
that?
you're talking about.
Neighbors Know My Name and
Ready,
all that on
ready,
there.
Ready.
ready. Oh,
Neighbors Know My
God.
Name and all that one. That
Oh,
album.
my
Yeah.
Ready? Ready was the one.
Neighbors know my name.
That
Ready
shit,
was the one.
that shit was trouble back then.
Oh my God.
All
Nah,
of
that's
Trey
rap.
Songz albums is trouble.
Trouble.
No,
man.
That's
That was
probably the
the
only
one,
one I
though.
ever heard was that one.
That was the one.
That
Yeah.
Trigger album was fire too.
It was,
Yeah.
but
It
Ready
ain't
was
Ready's
the one. That Jupiter
that
Love.
Still
and-
gotta go 90s.
Yeah,
Still.
no, I still gotta go 90s.
You know.
Yeah.
I still gotta go 90s.
The quality.
That Jupiter Love was
It
fire.
was
Like I
just-
said, Jodeci's.
It's just so authentic. Like it was.
You know, Kel.
Man,
That's why the project I'm writing right now is all 90s.
I'm just talking music.
It was hits. They was
I'm
hits,
just
though.
talking.
I'm
just talking
writing
Honey
all kind of
Love. and-
naus in this new project.
See, but
Yeah.
even with Kels, before
No.
we canceled them, the TP2.com, that was 2000s.
See, that
But
one.
TP2 ain't my favorite.
Nah,
Honestly,
Chocolate
it's not Chocolate Factory. It's the one with like
I don't even know what I'm talking
seems
about
like
what
you
Kels was
ready,
singing
Honey
about.
Love.
It was all about little kids.
I mean,
That's true.
No,
I'm not talking about
that.
content.
That's true. It's all
We're
about
saying-
little
talking
kids.
about
Nah.
saying before we stopped listening.
Before we knew what they were about.
TP2.com was the one.
I'm not
No.
giving him no props, fam.
Yeah, nah.
Because now I know it was about little
honestly,
kids.
if I'm being all the way honest, it was Chocolate Factory for
Shit,
me.
we don't know who music's
Better than
about
TP2?
who. We
And
might
that-
be
hey,
singing
look.
some
Well, at
shit
least we
right now
don't know
about a
it's
little
about
girl.
kids.
Hold on. So
Until
she's
we
saying-
know.
She's saying Chocolate Factory over TP2.
I agree
That's
with
my
that.
opinion.
Really?
I
No, I
agree
know.
with that.
I'm just asking the group.
I agree with that.
Because
Thank
TP2 had Feeling on Your Booty. It had
Okay.
Fiesta.
That had Ignition, Remix to Ignition.
Man, and all he had
Step
about
in the Name of
he had
Love.
about 8
Step
songs
Come
you
on
could walk
now.
down the aisle to on that Chocolate
Yep.
Factory. I swear.
Chocolate Factory.
Hey, what was the
one.
zoo on?
I feel like Chocolate Factory got slept on because that was like the height of the allegations.
Probably.
And
Right,
I
yeah,
because
yeah,
Did it
his
get
face,
slept on?
his face was not even on the album.
Nah, it was like a
Nah, it
present.
was like a
ribbon
gold.
or
It was like a
something.
gold.
because
something.
that was the height of what was going
Is
on.
that okay?
At the time, I was young. I didn't give a damn. I was still
Nah,
slapping
we're
it.
at the height of the allegations.
All right,
now.
all right. We gonna stop talking about R. Kelly. We don't want to talk about R. Kelly on this pod,
Yeah,
man.
we ain't
What's
gonna
her
give him no
fuck-
shine.
We
Yeah,
had
gonna
somebody
get-
in the reverb talk about this nigga got out. Yes, I
Oh, he did
really
get out?
tried. So no, he didn't.
he
didn't.
It tested my reserve to not delete comments.
Hey, if you listen, do not go back and listen to this man's catalog.
Do not. It tested my.
What we saying.
It tested my reserve to go delete comments, bro. Like, why are you praising pedophiles? All
right, I want to talk about R. Kelly.
Anybody with children is nuts.
Swizz and Tim.
Swizz got that, bro.
Got all off track.
So the original one.
No, this is the rematch.
Oh, the rematch.
Because they did it for the 1 year anniversary. So they rematched for the 1 year anniversary. Billboards ranked it, or they scored it at 13, 10, 3. They have Timbaland winning. They have Timbaland winning. That's my favorite producer. And you know what? At first, when I was watching it, I'm not too sure everybody else watched it. I thought Swizz was winning, but Tim was definitely hit him over the head with the R&B. There's no way you can beat playing an Aaliyah track, and he played a lot of Aaliyah. And I didn't realize how many records they did for Beyonce, and I didn't know how many. I knew how many they did for Jay-Z.
Yeah.
But no, both Swizz and Timbaland both did a lot of records for Beyonce.
Oh, Tim did? I can't even think of none for her.
So that partition track, that is Timbaland.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I can hear the Swizz.
But now that you say
it, I didn't know that with Tim though.
Hey, Tim
they didn't do any replay of like some of the ones they was doing the first time around.
You know what? I don't remember, because remember when they did the first one, it wasn't live like how all the other verses are.
Right.
It was like at the very very start of it.
Right,
so this one was more like a live. They were on stage. So it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch it.
Me too.
But they got Timbaland winning 13, 10, 3.
I mean, if I had to pick,
Timberlake?
If I didn't even hear their music, or hear the actual verses, I would choose Timbo over Swizz.
I had picked him to win, but I was biased.
All Swizz beats kind of sound the same.
Well, I think it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for the
Showtime,
I was about to say, grab the mic to do it. Showtime.
Everyone
ain't got no money in the bank.
Yeah, his beats ain't really for me like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he dope as hell.
I think
all his beats are.
That's like the tempo. All of them too.
Well, you know what? Swizz got some versatility to him, but I think Tim is more versatile.
Oh,
definitely.
hell yeah. Nelly Furtado.
Right.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
He could
you know what I'm saying?
Missy
right.
Magoo.
Genuine.
R&B. He got so many different bags.
Esther Dean was working with him in Polo the Don. I mean, this is records on records.
Yeah,
he's so good.
Shit, you was talking about the one we was talking about on Games album.
Yep.
I did see that. I did see that part where they dropped Jigga What, Jigga Who.
Yeah, that was dope.
And then he had the bags. He had the We Be Poppin' Tags record for Jay-Z. Who was that? Was that Tim?
No, that was Kanye.
That was Kanye. What records did he do for?
That song sounds familiar.
He did hella records for the Black Album, Timbaland. And he
did Dirt Off Your Shoulder. I forgot what else he did on that album.
Quick actually did a beat on that album.
Yeah. He did that
Justify My Thug.
Justify My Love. Yeah.
That shit's hard.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
The whole album
was hard. A trip.
Speaking of fire ass
plaques
albums.
and shit, this dude had his plaques just like on the floor in the garage, just like with dust on them. I'm dusting them up like, damn, when you do something with Janet Jackson and
play homie. See, now I didn't know Swizz Beatz did Ultralight Beam.
Ultralight Beam.
Oh, Chan. I thought that was Kanye.
That was Kanye. Kanye and Swizz. They worked together.
Well, I know, but Swizz was on. I didn't know Swizz had a play.
Ultralight Beam. We're in the Ultralight Beam. This is a God dream.
Yeah.
Okay, that one.
But yeah, so during the verses,
was it a Kanye song?
It was a Chance the Rapper featuring Kanye featuring. Was it Chance?
It was Chance's song.
Chance featuring Kanye. Kanye and Swizz.
Yeah, but that was a pretty big record.
That fucking record was hard.
It was a big record.
And then they started saying that it was a song about the devil falling out of heaven, the ultralight beam.
I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. All right, so during the verses,
let them talk.
During the verses, they've been trying to get Justin Timberlake to be a part of the Verzuz platform for a while. So Swizz Beatz actually called him out and basically said, just to paraphrase, I'm not going to quote him, but basically said that you've been taking from the culture, so now it's time to give to the culture and to get on the stage.
Do they have an opponent for him, or are they just saying, "Come get in the Verzuz"?
Who was going to go?
Because that matters.
Yeah,
like,
it
what am I rolling out of bed for?
So Swizz wants him to go against
I kind of
Usher.
like that.
Oh yeah,
I kind of like that.
That would be dope.
I would definitely like that.
I kind of like that's better than Usher and Chris Brown.
But do he get to use NSYNC tracks?
This might be unpopular, but JT might.
JT gonna toast.
He might give Usher the business.
Hold on.
He might give Usher the business.
So before, hold on.
If he can't use his group project shit, he might have to.
So before we get,
if he can.
So before we get too deep in the conversation, Justin Timberlake versus Usher. Who do we got? We're gonna go around the room.
Usher Raymond.
Usher. I got JT.
Man, it's I mean, Confessions
alone.
But I mean,
I'm
but
sorry,
but after that, like,
After that,
we
when
was
was
after
it?
that.
I was singing that shit.
Hold on, 8701?
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all playing now. And
Yeah.
the first album.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake got.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
So okay, and so
Give me the white guy, man.
so you
Justin
two are
Timberlake
picking
done
Justin.
had Timbaland
Hold
in
on.
his corner the
So
whole
you two
damn
are
time.
so are you two picking Justin Timberlake
I'll
off of his
pick-
solo catalog or
I'll
NSYNC?
pick off of all of his work. All of his
Well,
work.
that's why I
including
asked the
NSYNC.
question: do he get to use
Yeah,
his
including
NSYNC
NSYNC.
bag? or
'Cause if
not?
he gets
Let me
NSYNC,
tuck my Black
Usher-
Fist pick. I'm going with the white guy, man.
Oh, he
because
go
if he
NSYNC?
get to use that
Yeah.
NSYNC bag,
Because why shouldn't he be able to?
I still think even if he uses
What
NSYNC
about his
bag, I still
features?
think Usher.
Like, what about his features?
I don't-
What about
I
the
don't
songs
know.
with Hove?
oh yeah,
Or the songs
Holy Grail and all that
Holy
shit.
Grail
Nigga,
or AO Technology
Usher
with
got a lot- Usher
50.
got a lot
Usher do
of-
got
Usher got a lot of
Usher do
features.
got slaps. Usher do got slaps. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
That's gonna
I'm
be one
just
of my
saying.
watch.
What do you think- what do you think
Mega
of-
hits? Justin Timberlake got.
What do you
more,
think
man.
of when you think Usher feature?
A lot of the Rick Ross records. That
Them
fucking
don't
you.
count.
he
That's
got
not a
Chris
hit,
Brown.
bro. That's just a record. That's not a
got-
hit.
and
I
he
don't
got
think of
features.
Usher
Usher
features.
saying he's saying records that you think of.
And he got
What is that
newer
one?
features too.
That's
You got
his.
it.
That's his. Oh no, that's Chris
That's what
Brown.
I said. Yeah.
Is that
That's Chris Brown and Usher.
okay?
Ain't it?
That's what I'm saying. He got Chris Brown. He got newer features.
He got that.
Summer
He got
Walker.
that boo with the
He got-
with Alicia Keys.
Oh shit,
got,
I forgot
uh,
about that.
He got a lot of.
He got that
current
new one with
features.
the new chick.
Summer Walker. That's what you talking about. Yeah.
But Justin got that shit.
Where he been at?
Man, Justin
He
got the
been-
one
he been-
Beyonce.
He been at home being white. He ain't got no
The
current
Beyonce
black
song is
stuff.
dope as hell.
yeah. Okay. So it sounds like that. I thought it would have been all Usher. So it sounds like that it would be a good battle, right?
It would be a
said,
damn
yeah,
good
Okay.
battle.
So Usher.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's at home
Justin,
being
you
white.
gonna have to come out to play,
It
bro.
would be a damn
Man.
good battle.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Usher,
do appreciate what Swizz said though, because these motherfuckers really do come into the culture. They use black producers, they use black writers, they use black engineers, they use black everything black, and
Because Russ Robin that.
Janet Jackson, the whole nine.
Because when he did the Super Bowl, he was doing like country songs. I'm like, oh, he back white. It's cool. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
We loved you while you
them
was
country
here,
songs
but
didn't hit. They
They
didn't
did.
hit at all.
Yeah, I didn't hear none of
Niggas in the
those.
stands were like this, like, bruh, sing the hits. Niggas, what is you doing?
I ain't gonna lie. That
Move this man.
that one
Because
record
his
he had-
first album with Pharrell. Did Pharrell produce his first
See?
album? Then he had Timbaland on the second
Bro,
one.
I'm telling you, JT had the best production out of all
Oh,
these
yeah.
niggas in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Facts, bro.
Which
Cry Me a River,
contributed to the-
nigga.
Oh,
Just
yeah, we
beats
didn't even
every-
say
look
that.
at
We
Cry
didn't
Me
even
a
say that
River,
one like
nigga.
that. I don't think Usher got one in his
He
bag
don't
for
got
that
one.
one.
He don't have a Cry Me a River.
Nah. Nah, Let It Burn. Let It Burn ain't beating Cry Me a River.
Let It Burn's a Cry Me a River.
Let It Burn ain't beating Cry Me a River.
Bruh.
Nigga, just the part at the end when Timberland was like,
So let me ask you this. So what out of Justin Timberlake, what's out of Justin's catalog beats either Nice and Slow, You Remind Me, what are some of those
My
other
Way,
records that
shit.
let's just say Nice and Slow.
It's gonna be a good fucking
It'll be a good battle.
It'll be a good
It'll be a
battle.
good
I'll for sure watch that one.
So but we agree
Don't
that
think about it.
Justin, Usher, and then Usher, I think Usher's B-sides, I think
Snoop and Justin.
Usher's B-sides are better than Justin's B-sides.
I don't know, man. I can't think of that Beyonce. Yeah, I can't think of that.
Just off the
the
Confessions
Beyonce
album
and
itself.
Justin song. Y'all
Oh, I
know?
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one's
If the
big.
love was all I had.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that
that's
shit is
what I'm trying to figure
crazy.
out. That's what I'm trying
That
to
shit is
figure out.
crazy.
That's
I
the
hated
one.
that song.
That shit was
They
dope. That
played,
shit was
I
dope.
they
hate that
played the
song
breaks off of
because-
that.
That shit was
I,
dope.
I liked the song. I hated it because I just broke up my ex and she started fucking with his new nigga and she put it as a fucking ringback tone type shit.
Oh.
With his name in it. She
Oh.
sang the shit.
That would
But
taint.
his
That
name, I
would
was
taint a
like,
song.
Tainted the fucking song.
That would taint a song.
That's funny. All right.
High school shit. But still.
So I want to
hurt the most. That's when your heartbreaks hurt, really, in real life.
broke up.
And that's why Let It Burn hit so hard.
Oh, Let It Burn is
'Cause as
classic.
a man-
Confessions, the whole album is classic.
I was in high school and I lived that.
As a man, after high school, you've been hurt so much. You're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's par for the course. Par for the course at that point.
After that, you're just like, yeah, expect
Yeah.
it.
that record throwback. That's my shit. dog.
Soon
That
as
shit.
he
Throwback,
your
throwback.
Oh,
body,
and
man,
that you want me back? Last time I think with me.
he got
Come
all
on, man. I'm gonna play it for
You
you.
ain't got a
afterward.
call.
You ain't got a
ain't got a
call.
call.
I'll play that every time I
after
went
the
out.
night.
Every time I went out to the club,
You
I'll
gotta
play that
get
shit.
that
I believe.
shoulder.
I believe
I'll play
that.
that shit.
I believe
play
that.
that shit.
The drop top, cruising the
Not as low as a classic, man.
Nice and Slow was a classic.
And then what's that? Pretty. Can You Handle It? Oh, come on, man.
Oh my God.
Justin ain't got one for that.
Can You Handle It?
Can You Handle It? That's what it's made for.
I used to
Superstar.
like,
Oh, yeah, that's what it's made for.
That's what it's made
Oh,
for.
my
It's
God.
over.
Hey, number one.
Oh my God.
Cut
This
it.
is for you.
This
Cut
is
it.
for you. Yeah, come on, man.
But that's all the same album
That's
though.
no, it don't matter.
album.
It's
That's all the
It
same
went
album.
diamond
It don't
for
matter.
a reason.
Yeah.
Hey,
But they gotta do 20
That's
songs.
ain't there 20 songs on Confessions?
That's fun.
Confessions was long.
Confession was
He can-
long.
This
the
nigga
whole
confessed
album.
for a long time.
All he
bro.
gotta do is pull in part 2 a couple more times.
And then he did a part 2 to that where he had Red Light and
Yeah.
there was
He
some
did
other
the
records
extras
on it.
And
Come
then
on,
I didn't like the album right after Confessions, but the one after that, the one that had
21.
Hey Daddy, that album go crazy
That
too.
was
That
one
one
when he had
had
Papers
Raymond
and all
versus
that.
Raymond.
Raymond
So when he
versus
had
Raymond.
papers and all that on
That
there.
Raymond
Yeah, I
versus-
liked
oh,
that
Papers
one.
was
That
hard.
song with
Oh,
Nicki,
yeah.
Lil Freak, that was a bop.
Papers was
It
hard.
had some songs on that one.
Caught
on,
up.
man.
No, we're not
Girl.
sleeping on
Caught
them.
Up. We need to talk about Caught
Oh
Up.
my God.
And then that song that he had with he had a couple songs. Oh,
Follow Me.
then then he can play Lovers and Friends.
Yeah.
He can play
Right.
what's that
Alicia.
song when they're doing the A-Town stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Come on,
Yeah.
man.
It would be a good
Yeah.
ass
Come
battle.
on, man.
In the club with my homies.
It'll be a good ass battle, but I feel like it'll be a clear win. I
don't
almost
know
feel like
about
it'll be
that.
a
Usher
clear
gonna
win.
wash it, man.
I don't know.
Usher
about
gonna
that.
watch
But I mean,
Billboard
like I
is
said,
ran
it
by white
depends on if
people,
he can go
okay?
back to that
That's-
NSYNC bag.
Billboard is
We
ran by white
forgetting
people.
some
But
JT
Usher went
hits,
diamond.
too.
Okay, it'll be
So
close.
it's Billboard.
Usher.
We
But
forget some
that
JT
NSYNC
hits.
bag,
If we go to
NSYNC bag is crazy.
if we go to Apple Music, we forget we ain't mentioned some of them Justin ones.
If he gets to play anything,
had bangers,
if he
but-
gets to play anything in sync, it's over.
the NSYNC bag.
Now
gonna
I don't
go
really
crazy.
know the
It's
NSYNC
over.
Justin.
I
like
know
that.
the NSYNC.
Yeah,
Look,
I don't know them
you
songs.
listen
All I
to
know
me.
is the
You
Bye
listen
Bye
to me
Bye.
clear. NSYNC had every
And
black
that
girl
wasn't even
wanted
the
to be
best.
white with a white guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
I had NSYNC songs playing at my wedding.
The-
I was like,
the-
y'all walking down the aisle to
these-
NSYNC.
NSYNC
See, but
had
you
black girls
still
wanting to marry
said
white
Usher
guys.
clearly. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm gonna go Usher.
But
Well,
then she
'cause-
also
Sexy back.
prefaced it with, "Can he use NSYNC?"
Sexy
Forgot
back.
about
I
Forgot
asked
about
if he
that.
could
You
use
did.
NSYNC.
So if he uses
Suit
NSYNC,
and
it's
tie?
still Usher.
Oh, come on, man.
bro.
Suit and
Sexy
tie,
back.
sexy
Suit and
back.
tie. I'm looking at
I'm
it.
telling you.
that
Until the end of
2020
time?
album, that 2020
Until the end of time.
Strawberry Bubblegum or whatever that record was, that was hard too.
Dead and Gone with Ti.
That was
I don't
alright.
like- I
I
don't
didn't
like
like
that
that
record.
song.
Yeah,
I don't like
like
that
that
record.
one.
T.I. messed that record up.
Dead
Dead and gone.
He sure
Dead and
did.
gone.
I like
Dead
that
and
Bro,
gone.
he got hella-
And I'm not saying that JT is weak. I absolutely adore Justin
I think
Timberlake.
it'd be a
Like, I
good
grew
battle.
up on Justin Timberlake and NSYNC, so I love Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
I'm just being
Nigga.
honest. And
Like I
at
love
the end
you.
of the day, I'm black, bro.
That's why I was trying to put my black
And
card up for a
R&B,
minute and
like,
just judge him on.
I
on
love
what the-
Justin, but it's nothing like black R&B. It
Hey, look.
just hit different.
Look,
You on
bottom
the
line-
good beats, but you ain't got the. You got the
Justin,
flavor,
the
but
only
you ain't.
one that I wouldn't
But-
say.
He close.
Look,
Justin-
bottom line, they need to do it. They
No,
need to do it.
yeah, if
they
we
need to do it. That
we can
needs to
debate
happen.
about it, then it's a good battle.
Right.
Right.
The way that we're
So-
going about it, it's going to be a
It's
great
worth
battle.
it.
So
Like,
then
I
let's-
didn't buy
so
into
if I
Robin
say
Thicke
I'ma
like
watch
that,
it-
but I bought into Justin.
So then let's
I've
ask
slapped
this
the-
Robin
question.
Thicke was cool. Robin Thicke
I've
was
slapped
cool.
the Justin album.
So
I never
let's
saw the
ask
Robin Thicke
this
album.
question before we move on to the next topic. Does Justin owe the culture?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so then he needs to do it.
Yep.
Nigga, that's reparations,
Because that's what he
fam.
came from NSYNC
Pay
and
us
shit.
now.
He came with us.
Oh man, y'all
We
didn't
should
even
do
talk about You Got It Bad. Come on, man.
Oh, I mean, because I
Forgot about You Got It
Usher's
Bad.
Loving
I-
the,
I
and
didn't
then hold on,
I
and
didn't
then
forget.
Loving the Club.
I didn't forget about it either.
Love
Usher's
it.
Oh, my
catalog
God.
speaks for
Did you already say
itself.
Lovers and Friends?
Same
Yeah, we
girl,
already said
Lovers
about
and
it.
Friends.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Hey Daddy, don't
The whole
waste my
Usher,
time.
Luda, and Lil Jon run.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Caught up. Oh come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't have
Trading
to.
Places, Superstar. Let me see.
Trading places.
Trading fucking
I
places.
forgot about that.
God.
I didn't have to say all that because
Climax.
it's already known.
Yeah.
So, y'all got who?
Usher
Justin
got
Timberlake.
If he
He
could
got
play,
some
if
Usher,
he
baby.
could get
Usher
this
got some
instant
shit.
bag,
Hey,
then
look,
I
look.
would be on the fence.
on the
Look,
fence. Okay.
Rajeo over here playing political. He understands who's running the shit. He's not going off of base of the
Well,
music.
I mean,
and
I
shit.
don't
He
care
going
what
based off who
Billboard
run
say because
billboards.
Billboard has some questionable wins to me
They do.
anyway.
Yeah.
They do.
Billboard wins are never questioned by the whites.
Because remember, didn't Billboard didn't Billboard say Brandy won and y'all didn't agree?
Brandy actually got murdered.
I think so.
And they said she won.
No, so you know what? But
I'm not a brand. I don't.
I would agree with-
I
would
don't
agree
like
with
Brandy in real life.
But I
Like,
think-
her music is cool, but when I get to see her,
I think
like,
going
being
into
her,
that battle,
she's so unattractive.
I
to
think
me.
going
Me
into
too,
that
me too.
battle.
I don't like her. I don't like her voice like that.
Goofy ass.
Going into that battle, if you were a Monica fan,
like
you thought Monica won. If you were a Brandy fan,
That's
you thought
how it
Brandy
Isn't
won.
that how it usually goes?
No.
Nah,
No.
the best one to me, even though the producer ones were like doper because of the suspense and not knowing who did what. I had my most fun watching
DMX
Snoop and X.
That was dope. That was
Like,
the best one.
My favorite one was
Snoop and-
Jeezy and Gucci.
Yeah, Snoop and
And
X.
you guys know why.
Because you
No, that X and Snoop one, that was the best one.
I was.
Smoking Pinky
That's the only one I
Toxic
treated
ass
like a
nigga,
concert.
bro.
Like, I don't care. Well, that one and
Isley Brothers
I was
and
just,
Earth,
I'm
Wind
just
and Fire.
here.
Yeah, the
I'm
Isley
just
Brothers,
here,
yeah, that was
you know?
smart.
Like I didn't care who won.
I
Was
don't
Snoop and
care.
X.
I
I kept like, ooh,
I'm just here for the culture.
I ain't even gonna look at what Billboard said. I'm just here to enjoy
You feel me? I ain't
myself.
trying like I don't care.
Isley Brothers was
Who won?
Gucci
Me?
and Jeezy though, for sure.
No, but I'm saying
The
as far
culture
as
won.
one that I didn't care about who won or not.
Yeah,
I
that's
did
how I was
not
feeling with
care.
that one.
All right. I think we got that down. So hopefully that does happen because that will be a highly watched versus.
It
so,
will be.
All right. So you want to take over?
You owe
the-
us, Justin.
You want to
man.
tell everybody why we got these
Why we, oh yeah,
had these bonnets on?
these are our helmets of salvation.
Helmets of salvation. Excuse me.
That's crazy.
We did come pull up with our helmets of salvation, aka
Amen,
bonnets, in solidarity with our
Amen.
sisters that
Amen.
Monique called out so
Amen.
eloquently. I mean, she said it so nicely. She put it so well.
Yeah.
And she came out. She prefaced it with, "Y'all call me y'all auntie,
I have
so
the
I
clip.
feel like it's my
I don't.
place."
Neither do I.
To let y'all know, you know, kind
I've
of
the
pull
clip.
your coattails.
I
So
have the clip.
basically, she was in the airport and she saw women in the airport with bonnets on, pajamas on, and she felt like black women are getting to a place where we don't have pride for ourselves and how we
Yeah.
step out. And she feels like it was her place to let everybody know. And she also said that she feels like we need to start pulling each other to the side and being like, hey, you ain't
You ain't what
You
you
know.
think you is. Why you got that bonnet on? That's basically what she said, right?
I think,
see,
no, she
that's-
said
But who
take-
does that though?
Hey, let's play it. I'm gonna play it.
the whole
That's
thing.
How long?
That's
is it?
elitist.
How long?
No, I'm
That's
not gonna play the whole
elitist.
thing. I'm
All
gonna
about
just play a
saying
little clip.
she was talking. I was like, girl,
I'ma
get
just
to the
play-
point.
I'ma
Just play the last 1 minute.
I'm gonna just play a little clip. We're gonna play it.
Yeah,
Okay,
who
here
does
she
that?
goes.
So,
Sip to this.
Can you turn up a little bit?
it took me a minute
It's gonna help
to
me in
say
the
what I'm
mix.
getting ready to say because I want to make sure I'm not saying it in judgment, and I want to make sure I'm saying it from a place of love. Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of auntie, and I'm honored that y'all do that, right? But there are times where auntie got to talk to her babies and say some real shit. So yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10.
Fucking shut
Right?
up.
Shameless
I'm
plug.
excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited, like, all right, baby, let's go get them in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and their slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves? When did we step away of let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home?
Okay, we're gonna stop it there because I think that kind of gives us the gist of it, right?
Because she was talking so soft and slow, like that really changed the fact that you and
You
people
said
business.
You like super concerned and
You know what that
That's
sounds
the part
like?
that got on my nerves. Like, my young sisters. Like, girl.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like when somebody tells a woman to smile. Smile more. Because I want you to look like this. I need you to look like this. I'm not going out like that. Like, I'm not going out to different things to look like I'm somebody where I don't really give a damn.
Yeah.
The airport ain't the place. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you got women coming from Atlanta going always, like, say they want to go to Cali, say they want to go somewhere on the other side, somewhere it's going to take more than 2-3 hours to get to.
right.
You're not sitting somewhere to where your hair is going to be comfortable. You're not sitting up None of that.
And,
So I
and you
understand.
may want to go to sleep.
And you may want to go to sleep. Most women get their hair done before they go.
Yeah,
that's elitist as hell. That's elitist as hell to think like, okay, as soon as I get to where I'm at, I'm gonna get my hair done.
I mean, we ain't got no entourage that's gonna meet us there, a makeup team that's gonna do our hair when we get to where we going. Your shit got to be done.
Exactly.
Right?
Shit, we do. We gotta get our hair shit. We gotta get our lined up.
Because I agree. I get what she's saying. I agree, but I feel like a lot of people's response was, she right, because my mama and my auntie wouldn't let me. But that's your mama and your auntie. That's their place to say if they want to say something to you. Like, if she would tap me in the airport, Monique, I'm gonna cuss your ass.
Right, and that's
what more do you want from me?
I want you to take off your bonnet. That's what I want. That's what more.
The setting, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like they're not on the runway. Like they in transition. They're traveling
somewhere. Yeah,
like they're traveling somewhere. Like I don't wear to the airport what I might wear. I mean, what I'm wearing today, and I ain't got nothing but jeans and a shirt on. But like the airport, I'm getting as comfortable as I can.
Be in a jogger, bro.
You're going to be seeing people that you're never going to see again, and the only that you don't know names
for
of.
real.
And the airport is such a hassle now. That's why I said I'm like,
right, you already got to take off your shoes.
I'm wearing slides for sure. I can't stand people that's in line with whole ass shoes on, a belt, a jacket.
And you know what's going on.
Sorry.
And you holding up the damn line.
And a person that takes the time to really address that, it's like
maybe they have too much time.
Yeah, so
too much time.
I want to get everybody's thoughts because I know we all want to chime in. So Steph saying you ain't feeling it, or
I ain't feeling it. Whether I wear a bonnet outside or not, because people always want, would you do it? It don't matter if I would do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing.
Right.
And I'm trying to get to a place where the things that people do and the decisions that they make, if they not hurting other people,
don't bother your life.
It ain't gonna do nothing.
Big bingo.
They ain't hurt nobody.
Big bingo.
You know, and then like I was even talking with Tyson about it because I was saying, I mean, there's times that I went out and I had not a bonnet on, but at least a scarf on because my hair wasn't all the way done. It was still drying or whatever, and I had to go do what I had to do.
Right. Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, that's different because you was just going out for that. Some people just wear it because they want to. I said, but when I'm out, do you think somebody's going to distinguish like, oh, she's one of the good ones? You know what I'm saying? Like,
a bonnet is a bonnet.
They going to be like, oh, she came out with a headscarf on and not knowing no backstory.
So let me read this article. I'm gonna just read this quick insert because that actually speaks to what you're talking about. So it'll be very brief. Just kind of bear with me. The whole bonnet conversation is similar to other conversations with the shallowness of respectability politics at their core, because quite honestly, it's just a vehicle for telling others what to do with themselves and holding that power and influence instead of really having an issue with bonnets being worn in public. The people wagging their fingers and saying bonnets shouldn't be worn outside or even once the person is out of bed really don't realize that their words keep Black women tied to the harmful and untrue stereotypes often pinned to people who often wear them. Choosing to wear a bonnet outside isn't inherently a reflection of a Black woman's low level of pride in herself. If anything, it might in fact symbolize the high level of pride that she holds protecting her hair and or maintaining her hairstyle. While I do think that Monique was well intentioned, she and those who use the same line of thinking need to step off their auntie high horse and be more encouraging of Black women showing up in the world as they individually choose, especially since we're so often damned if we do and damned if we don't, regardless. Then it says, if we truly want Black women to be free and have to be on the same page about the meaning that we should and can have the autonomy to do something as simple as dressing ourselves in however we fit to step outside and tackle the world and that faces us.
Yeah, because she's starting to come across like the rich
really,
bougie
and
auntie that nobody wants to tell her shit about versus the fun auntie and shit.
Well, hold on. So let's go with photo beat and let's go with Raj. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna, even in the definition of respectability politics, it says a form of moralistic discourse used by some prominent figures, leaders, or academics who are members of a various marginalized group. And that's what you're saying with the high horse of the auntie. You got the title.
Right.
Like she's saying that now you're looking down on everyone.
Right. Like nobody.
You set the rules.
Right. Nobody.
Acceptable.
Exactly.
Right.
Nobody really cares about hanging around the rich auntie that's going to judge you about little small shit. Like, if you're going to be that auntie, be the caring auntie. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Respect the shit. Because at the same time, you doing what the hell that you want to do.
She's not shaving her legs.
Right.
She's not shaving her legs. You know what I'm saying?
don't know
You
what
have
stones to break through that glass house. You know
right.
what I mean?
You have so much more resources and access than these other women do. You talking about you going to the airport and shit, but you're not sitting in the back like they are.
You're in first class.
You're in first class
or
where
a
you
PJ.
got space.
Or a PJ.
Or a PJ. Right?
You know
You have the luxury to go into a PJ and be cool. And you might have a damn bonnet on the plane.
And have a hairstylist.
And have a hairstylist when you get there.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Hair, makeup.
Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
I just think it comes back to like, man, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
why are you bringing up
like,
shit
man,
that
if
nobody
you
cares
showed
about?
up to the airport like that, it's like, what does it do to my day?
Nothing.
I go to the airport in my do-rags, some sweats, and a hoodie.
Now, if you with somebody and you're like, man,
And not
you
even
see
got
old
hair.
boy with the pink bonnet on,
Man.
that's one thing.
Yeah.
But to address the nation on it, like that's hella lame.
Go live when you get to where
Like,
you go.
Yeah, and then
That's
show
just
up
to say-
without shaved legs.
That's to stay talked about. You know what I mean? Like an indirect way of being in the media. Like it might have looked like it was coming from a different place.
Yeah.
But she plugged her show on there.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, people are talking about Monique when they don't give a fuck, and it's like
Every time you hear about Monique, it's about some negative ass shit.
it's
bro.
like it's just
every time you
just
hear
a little
about
ploy
her.
to stay relevant.
That's a good
At the end of the day, like who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I feel the
man.
Nobody.
I feel the same way as everyone else, man. Like, I feel like when someone's wearing a bonnet, I always felt like because my sisters and my moms, they all have long hair.
Yeah.
So I just felt like when we were going places or whatever, and they were falling asleep or whatever on the plane or on the bus, or if we were on the train and they had their hair wrapped up, that was just normal to me.
Yeah, they're just
You know
protecting
what I'm
their
saying?
hair.
I never looked at it as my siblings or my mom not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Actually, they
saying?
do give a fuck. That's why they did
That's what
it.
that's
Right.
that's
That's why they- 'cause they
wearing
want
a
they shit
bonnet
to
out in
last.
public is very responsible because
They
you're trying to
want
make
that
sure
shit
your
to
hair is good for the
Especially
time
To
it needs
each
to be
his
done.
own. Like I might not dress like you dress when you go to the
Yep,
airport.
yep.
Yeah.
But if that's what your level,
Well,
if that's what comfortable is to you,
Especially if you
then that's
paid
what
for
comfortable
your hair
is
to
to
get
you.
done, right? Because getting your hair done, I've paid for heads to get done in my day. I got a daughter. I've paid for women to get
it's
their hair done,
expensive.
bro. So I want you to put your helmet of salvation on and keep them demons of hair messing up and about your way.
My wife
Get 'em
hasn't
up
been
outta
in the
here.
airport with a bonnet on, but
Right.
Yeah.
she's not going to look at that person with the bonnet on and frown upon it. It's like to each his own. Like who the fuck wants a world of people fresh off an assembly line looking and dressing and talking and acting the same?
Yeah.
If that's what they want to do and that's what the comfort is to them, then shit.
Yeah.
Like what's that got to do
I
with
think
your
black
day,
women
Monique?
look at it different though, because when I see, like when I'm out, like I was commenting on one of the posts and I said, I know there's certain things that I do that only black people gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? Like if I twist my hair down for my style and it ain't dry and I go out with them twists, a white person ain't gonna look twice. They're gonna think that's the style. Somebody else gonna look at it and be like, oh, her shit ain't done yet. You know what I'm saying? But
true.
it's gonna be a black person.
Yeah.
So when I see somebody
That's
with a
true.
bonnet on, I'm like, she probably got some rollers under there. She didn't want to show her rollers. But you can't just put a rollers under a scarf or a hat.
Right.
You know what I'm
It don't
saying?
work.
You
But
got
you gonna go on IG Live and talk about it?
right. You know what I'm saying?
While
I'm
you-
like,
while you-
While
you're in
hold
the
on.
bathroom.
So but then let me ask you this: does she think that she's saying that because of how it looks to white people?
Yes.
that's what I
of
feel like.
course.
That's your point.
100%.
That's
Okay.
what
So
that's the part I don't like.
100%.
I want to just make that clear because
100%.
if we're lecturing people on how they look, but not only look to everybody, look to specifically white people.
Yes.
Then again, then are you not embodying the very white supremacist views that we are
Be-
trying to get away from?
That's
That's
a lot
my
of
biggest problem
That
with
is
it.
a lot of
Bro,
1000%.
like I said, it's from a prominent group of people, bro. From leaders and uppers and superiors, bro. I don't, bro. These white people want to be us so fucking bad. They got bonnets for white women on.
But I think
You know
the
what I'm
problem
saying?
is that then now she's aligning herself with the very
That's what I'm
people that
saying.
are oppressing.
Somebody said that her issue with it was secondhand embarrassment because you're looking around thinking, like she said, you're a reflection of me. You're a reflection of no, they're not. They're a reflection of themselves. You worried about who probably looking at them,
All the
and
shit
you
that you
thinking they
shouldn't
gonna
be
look
worried
at you
about.
like that. But what
Right.
people gotta realize is racist, prejudice, anti-black people don't give a fuck if you got a bonnet on. They don't care if you in a suit. They don't give. They gonna think the same thing about you. Like
Regardless.
you're not gonna outdress your
Facts.
way out of prejudice. You just not.
I'll tell you
So
what,
watch this though. But hold on.
That's a good point.
But the problem I have with that then, if we're all agreeing on that premise, was just maybe a year or a year and a half ago, you were ranting about Netflix not paying you your worth because of your gender and your race. So you wanted us to be on your side then, but then now you're not being empathetic to what the very women that you were asking
Facts.
to support you were in your battle are to then
Hey,
now
can
be
you
on
give
that
yourself
side.
some?
Big
Does that count?
facts.
to appease it. I want us to let go of that because I grew up on that. I think we all grew up on that where it's like, don't be clowning me in front of these white people. You know what I'm saying? Like we grew up on that. Was instilled in us like, oh, we not gonna be the entertainment for the white folk in here. You know,
or talk
be
different
quiet
in front of them.
Yeah. Right.
All the shit that was embedded in us as early ages.
That's just
use your white voice.
No, that shit still sticks to us though. That shit, there's a lot of little things that happen and shit. Like I catch myself doing shit.
No,
like
me
that.
too.
I catch myself doing shit.
It's bred into us though. Right. It's bred into us though. It's like you go into your point. No matter what we look like, man, we drive nice cars and we have nice things all the time. And I still got a white facts. I still feel like when I'm on the 5 or the 80, nigga, I'm gonna get pulled over for being in a luxury car being black. Then even though I like the shit that I have because I've worked hard for it and I'm established. That fucking highway patrol man is not like, hey, maybe that's a hardworking black man who earned that car. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with our chains and shit.
Right. That's why I got rid of my Range Rover.
What about the damage she doing to the 14, 15-year-old little girl that was on her way to the airport today? And just threw her shit on and was just like, oh shit. Like, in her mind, she didn't have a stigma about
it makes her think twice about it. Yeah.
Like, now she's got to sit there and think like, damn, I can't go out like this. You know? Like,
it's true. No, that's a good fact. And then I think the other thing that we need to point out too is like how you guys were saying, like we do it. I remember going to all the department stores before you used to get into the store. Your mama would say, "Don't touch nothing. Don't embarrass me up in here because you ain't gonna be making me look this kind of way." And it's really what that's really saying is, don't make me look stupid in front of these white people because it makes it look like that I can't control you.
You look civilized in front of the whites.
So the
basically,
other point I want to bring up is that some of these people, and talking to some of y'all that's listening, y'all can't be hypocritical because we talked about the helmet of salvation. So when Derek Jackson's wife was on the video, a lot of y'all was in the comments talking about, oh, well, she should have dressed better, and I thought she knew she was going to be in front of millions of people,
and that's why he cheated on her.
So why did she keep that bonnet on? And she should have done her hair.
I told you it was self-hate because
it was a setup. He set her up, bro.
But they hated to see her
look like it.
Yeah.
What she represented, a woman that was getting cheated on, abused, whatever.
Yeah, it was a setup.
And staying, so they felt a way about her.
Yep.
Already off the rip.
Yep.
I mean, at the same time, too,
it was a way to justify. It was a way to justify his cheating.
Exactly.
But it's funny that you now are saying that what she's saying is attacking, but you were doing the same thing to her. You were policing how she dressed.
No, this is the thing, though. I get what you're saying, but majority of black women is on Monique's side.
Are they?
Them same ones, yeah. Trust me.
So the same ones that was talking about her.
Here's
the same ones that probably wore a bonnet last week. To the store.
Because here's the thing, though. When you have somebody like Derek Jackson doing a video that you know is going to go everywhere, he already getting thousands of views per video. If you're going to be on there, thousands of people are going to see you. When you're at the airport, not many people going to see you.
It's still her business.
Yeah.
But exactly.
Because that's how she show up on a regular basis that I respect it more.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, let me go get me a makeup team and all of this.
Right.
Like,
she had to get a makeup team.
You in your house.
Well, and she might have still been depressed. I don't know what she go through on a daily basis.
Might have still been depressed, nigga. She's absolutely.
I don't know.
I don't owe nobody nothing. And I feel strongly about it as a black woman because we've been growing up with all these stigmas all our life. Like, I literally got suspended in school for not wanting to take my hat off because my hair wasn't done. And I'm like, I can't be seen without my hair done. You can suspend me. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather get suspended than get roasted the rest of the year.
Suspended.
Send me home.
And my hair didn't even look bad. I had took my braids out. I'm like, that was just a braid out. But then it was like, you can't be seen without your hair straight, perm, looking white. So I'm like, suspend me.
Well, even that, like when black women, because I even had to check myself because I have a daughter. So whenever you want your daughter to go to something nice, like a prom or a dinner or something, what is it? Oh, I need to get my hair pressed.
Flat iron.
Why does it need? Why is it that? Why is it that your hair is not good enough for it to be something nice and formal?
That's gonna follow her into adulthood. Because I remember I was in somebody's wedding, and I'm natural, and I literally kept. What you gonna do with your hair? How you gonna do it? I'm like, are you asking everybody with the weaves what they finna do?
Right.
For real.
Why are you just asking me?
Yeah.
Like,
so let me
natural
ask,
hair is not seen as.
Let me ask Tre, because he has a daughter. So how are you conscious of, I mean, obviously now we're older. Back then I never thought about it. So are you more conscious of how now she shows up, you know what I mean, and how you present her?
Had to get checked on that a little bit because you know, so I don't have sisters or anything. So like my first like real day-to-day girl experience is I'm living it through my daughter. And so I like when her hair is pressed and stuff, but I've said stuff to my wife like, hey, why don't you do her hair and this and that, and she's checked me like her hair is fine the way it is. Like you don't want her overthinking like her hair is not good enough. And I, you know, I don't know no better, like, you know, so, but I got checked on that and I get it.
Right.
So, you know, I would hate for her to have some kind of stigma where she has to have her hair a certain kind of way for people that don't even know her or give a shit about her.
Yeah.
Regardless. So no, yeah, like I get it.
Because I feel like for me, I didn't go natural until I was like in my 20s. So all my life, it was like as soon as your hair start growing out, you start seeing your permit. You don't want nobody to see that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was bad. So it was like when trying to transition to natural, like I had a short, like real short haircut. So for me, it was like I didn't have a problem with my hair being short.
Yeah.
I had a problem with how it looked.
Right.
Naturally, I'm like scared to go out the house. Like I'm thinking everybody looking at me. Like that's the most insecure I ever felt was transition to my hair, how it actually grew out of my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like people looking at me, they judging me. Like it took a while for me to be like, ain't nothing wrong with my hair.
To go back to what you said, like no matter what, in that court of opinion, that the white folks, like regardless,
they gonna think, yeah.
They gonna
Yeah,
think
it doesn't matter the kind of hair.
Like,
I don't know. They're gonna be
right.
And I went through the transition with the aunties, and even the mom was like, "When you gonna do something with your head?" As I'm trying to get comfortable with it, they asking me like, "You ain't gonna do nothing with your hair? You just gonna go out like that?" That's why I feel
y'all get it
real,
with the beards and shit, because that comes
so
up too.
But going to the daughter thing, like for me with my daughter, I always try to keep her hair done. I always, and not that it's so much that I care about what white people think or what other people think. It's just because kids are mean as fuck.
Fuck.
So I always tell my daughter like, hey, whatever decision you want to make, because I was like you.
Yeah.
I was on her mom all the time. I was like, yo, man, kids are mean, and as we get older, kids they get more mean and more mean, because now they start hearing things from their parents and start having little clever mean ass sayings, and they start bullying you and that kind of stuff. So so I want her to have the confidence to do what she wants, but I also feel like it's my obligation to protect my daughter from being persecuted and picked on and not being able to have a good day at school because her hair is not done.
That should be the last thing that she has to wear.
Right. So for me, getting her hair done and making sure she has nice clothes, and the same with my son, right?
Yeah.
But I just know that my son is a boy. He's gonna just fight. You know, he's gonna have a different attitude.
It is
about
different.
It,
it's different.
right?
It's
very different.
So for my daughter, I do get her hair done often. And I mean, it's like I said, it's not because I care about what white people think, but just for her own mental health.
Peace of mind.
Because I don't want other people like picking on her and bullying her, and you know what I'm saying? Because kids do that shit.
do.
So at the end of the day, I feel like for me at this age, for her being a 7-year-old, 8-year-old girl, I want to give her habits to where, you know, it should not be your presentation shouldn't be, but the reality is you got to deal with what it is.
Yeah, I got you.
But I feel like one thing that I had to realize is that everybody has their own standards. Like people like my mom and auntie taught me this, or everybody parents didn't teach them the same thing. But then also my standards can't be the standards for all black people. I don't set the rules for everybody. I set the rules for me. You know what I mean? So what I would do, I'm not for like how I wear my hair is my decision. You know what I mean? And I get from a lot of people that'll be like, oh, natural hair ain't for me. I wouldn't do that. And I'm like, okay, well,
that's you.
Gluing down my hair to my forehead every day ain't for me either. But I still, you know what I mean? Admire what you got going on. Like, I feel like people throw that in there. Kind of almost like low-key shade.
It's projecting.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's like the Kyrie shit, too. Not to switch lanes, but like the whole, he flipped out on
Dennis Schroeder
for saying nigga, and it's like, you know, at the end of the day, just because you choose to be enlightened and want to exclude that word from your vocab, you know, good for you. Every person you run across does not know that's not in your vocab no more.
You ain't gotta look down on them.
And all you gotta do is just say that, like, okay,
that's
cool.
it.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Fucking dealing in situations like that. I always tell people, man, you always gotta remember, man, like you're in a world of realities. I'm sorry that you choose because this is not what you want to do, that everybody else was supposed to stop doing it.
Exactly.
Or because you feel like this is wrong, everybody else feels like it's wrong. That's not the fucking reality.
At
so
all.
you getting upset and making a scene about it, you just look like a fucking ass.
And that's why I think Monique falls in that category.
Absolutely. That's where they're dogging.
I can respect somebody enough that if you don't, okay, cool. Around you, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to flash on me like I was supposed to just know.
Right. Like for real, he flashed on him like he was another race.
Yeah, he did. I think that's what if there's ever an issue I have with the woke community, there's no problem with you being smarter, getting more knowledge, being more, having more knowledge for self. But when you get to a certain extent of knowledge, you can't expect that from other people.
Right.
Because at one point in time, you didn't have that.
Exactly.
So if you know that you were ignorant in that standpoint, then you need to treat people as if they don't know and then be more of a teacher than to be more of judgment or pointing.
An attacker.
Which allow them the same growth that you had the opportunity to get.
Same grace.
What do we say?
Same grace. So with Monique, I understand she's coming from a good place. She wants us to have more pride in ourselves, and that's totally okay.
Yeah.
But just because I wear a bonnet doesn't mean that I don't have pride.
Has Monique never worn a bonnet in the airport?
Well,
she came on the video in a robe.
That's what I'm saying. So what did she wear when she went to the
airport? Bro.
What did she wear when she went to the airport at 22 years old?
And then that's where
So allow them the same growth.
And the way the internet works, so the internet started digging, and they found pictures of her on the runway with no shaved legs. So it is not to say that if you want to be natural, that's fine. But the same standards, somebody else could put standard on you by saying, if you're going to be in public, you need to have your shaves, your leg shaved.
The same way you want to be left the fuck alone, leave people the fuck alone.
What if somebody attacked her weight? What if somebody attacked her weight and says like, hey,
you don't want nobody to talk to you, but you're going to talk to them.
She spoke on that. She also came out with a follow-up video, and she talked about how like Patti LaBelle and somebody else tapped her about her weight and her attitude and stuff like that, which is cool. But again, for Black women, that's real triggering because we have grown up with our aunties and mamas being real invasive. You know what I'm saying?
That's still family.
You know, that's still it's
you
family.
ain't finna come up to me in no airport if I'm,
and
you know what I mean?
Know you.
See,
you feel what I'm saying? Like I hold my tongue because it's family, but it's like we have it where every family function you come, they comment on you getting big, and you know what I'm saying. When you gonna have some kids? Why you still single? You know that
Black
kind of
families
stuff,
to the T.
Bruh, to the T. But
that's all family.
I ain't taking that from nobody off the street.
It's all family.
I ain't taking that off nobody off the street though.
And then that's why I have the issue with, because she had a distinct problem with Tyler Perry and a couple other Black people that were telling her that she's going about her Netflix drama in the wrong way.
Right.
And then she said, oh, well, you should be backing me up because you should be asking for more equal pay. And you're supposed to have my back.
Yeah.
Well, what if that was their way of having their back? You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people didn't agree with how she dealt with that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think she was wrong. I think you do deserve equal pay.
Yeah.
But the way you went about it is a lot of people didn't agree with it, but then you were mad about that.
This is when she was mad about the white chick getting
about the Netflix specials.
And she wanted equal pay with her.
She wanted
Amy.
No. It was with it wasn't just with her. It was also with all the other male comedians who were doing shit like Kevin.
I mean, it was specifically the white comedian
Amy
that was on
Schumer.
Netflix.
Amy Schumer.
But like your resume speaks to your worth, right? Like, I mean, maybe I'm missing something, but like
we don't want to live. We don't want to live in those realities.
Actually, it's not.
We don't want to live in those realities. We want to live in the reality that somebody else got it, so I should have it.
Right, and that's not bullshit. Like.
But it's easy to make it a race thing or a sex thing when you feel like you're being slighted. So you try to make the big drama about it.
Right.
And then she got mad, like you said, because she was tapped on it. Hey, we should probably go about this way. Right. Mm-hmm. But so you go on a public forum and then you want to address everybody as a whole.
Well, and I don't want to dismiss her fight because equal pay is an issue. And whether she was popping or not, I get what she was trying to say. But what I'm saying,
Queens of Comedy, she had the park.
She has a resume. Does she have current buzz?
But what I'm saying is, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to go down. I just want to say that if you did not want people policing how you went about your business, then don't be policing other people about how they go about their business.
Can't throw stones when you live in a glass house.
That's all I'm saying. Because I can't say she's right or wrong.
I really wasn't even mad at what she said or how she said it. I mean, I do get tired of that whole, oh, my young sister shit. But other than that, like
old Negro spiritual talk.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was generally just what as black women what we deal with all the time, and that's what we expect from our aunties and our mamas and
she
stuff
wanted
like
better.
that. So
she wanted better.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at
and
that.
even with that,
I mean,
like
judge
when
them
I
at the
grew
damn
up,
mall,
remember,
not the airport.
you remember the movement where everybody's wearing pajama pants?
For real.
Yeah.
My mama would not let me wear like I had to sneak them in my backpack and put them on.
No, that was the whole thing.
Like
What was that?
When people wore pajamas.
The pajama pants.
Like
era.
I remember that. High school.
I do remember that.
I missed that
I do
phase.
remember that.
It was a pajama,
Pajama pants?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a
remember
whole
that
pajama
phase.
I never
pants
wore
phase.
pajama
I
pants.
remember that phase.
Pajama
Oh my
pants
God.
was the move, and that's why when everybody's saying
It wasn't
I would
even
never
just
wear
pajama
pajamas
day on
outside.
Spirit Week.
I'm like, bro, you don't remember high school?
I remember that.
Y'all wore
I
pajamas.
remember
Y'all
that.
had on the SpongeBob joints.
I remember that. I remember that for sure.
With the cereal box backpacks?
I won best dressed, fam. I never wore the pajama pants.
man.
I was fitted every day.
My parents
I had
would not-
all the
would not-
throwback
would
My
not
mom
let me
would
see
let
that.
me do it.
Oh,
So it's like
Mitchell
it's
and
not
Ness
what she
down.
was saying
I didn't
was
have
wrong.
any.
Like it is a
and Ness.
norm
Mitchell
in our
and Ness down.
communities.
Yeah.
It's just
And the
we're kind of.
snaps.
I feel like we're starting to get away from, that collective of everybody got to do the same thing. Like black people are not a monolith. We are individuals,
saying that.
and
I keep
just-
saying
And
that.
there's bigger issues to talk about.
That was gonna be my
is.
next statement.
Who gives a
Nigga,
fuck?
we're talking about bonnets, bro. Let's stop getting killed by the police.
We just had
You ain't lying.
the 100-year anniversary of Black Wall Street.
That's what her post could have
you
been.
wanna
talk
talk about-
bonnets
And you
is fine.
want to talk
Bonnets
about
in the
bonnets.
airport.
Telling
Make it
you.
make sense.
Come on, man.
As soon as she plugged that show, I was
We
like,
know
Right.
I was
Monique is starting to feel like
all right.
T.I.
I
to
was
me,
on
man.
my way to my
T.I.?
show,
Yeah, just saying
Jackson,
shit.
Mississippi. We got 3 shows. I'm like,
September
girl,
13th at 8 p.m.
At 5 p.m., at 7 p.m.,
$75
and at
a
9
ticket.
p.m.
And again.
Doing a meet
Okay,
and
And
greet
it's all
afterwards.
sold out, so
Okay.
you gotta hurry up and get the third day.
But
But
anyway, man, like, cut it out, man. Cut that shit out.
So we go.
But anyway, back to these bonnets that y'all fucking up my head.
That shit
She
was so
should have just said, I'm
transparent,
so
man.
fucking tired of seeing your goddamn bonnets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jeez, what is we making pancakes?
All right, so we gonna move on to the next topic. So we're gonna start doing these. This is a new topic. This is a new thing we're doing on the show. So we find a meme that got a lot of traction, and then we're gonna talk about it on the show, and then we're gonna get onto the trash list. So this is dealing with child support.
Oh God.
So I'm gonna do my reading. So is the
get
blue
refill
the
for
guy?
The blue's the guy.
Whoever's not being attacked is the guy.
So
So
I'm
follow along, huh?
gonna read this. It's very long, so you guys gonna have to try to keep up. But,
I'm gonna follow along with
But
you.
it's
Re-up,
regards.
You want to re-up real quick?
It's regard. No, I'm good.
I will.
It's regarding in. It's regards.
Number four?
let's do like Trapped in the Closet. I'm gonna do one side.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do
Please do the woman. Because I was going to switch voice. I don't want to do that.
Can you do it like she wrote it, please?
No.
Please. Please do it.
All right, Steph.
There we go.
Steph is going to read the woman's side. I'm going to read the man's
It's
side.
like a scripture
All right.
following.
Oh no! And this is a text thread.
Yeah, text thread.
Text
It's a text
thread.
thread.
All
Okay,
right.
so hello. Wanted to remind you, LJ's promise 618. He said he texted you and you never responded. Are you going half with me or not?
It's after 11.
Let her have it.
LJ,
Let her have it.
11.
LJ told me you're renting him a luxury vehicle, and that's $2,000 for 3 days.
That's a square ass dad.
His suit, gas,
That is
pictures,
low-key.
and
Low-key.
food.
When we switch up, I'm gonna have to read it.
No, I'm reading it.
What the hell
Can
is
you
going
not
on?
read it? Square
Well,
dad.
let me
Don't
read
Hey,
it.
look, he reading
Don't
it.
read it.
He
Don't
not
read it.
acting it. He reading it.
Let me
Okay.
read it.
It's square dad voice, bro.
I don't care. Let's do it.
Okay, start over.
It's after 11. LJ told me you're renting him a luxury vehicle, and that's $2,000 for 3 days. His suit, gas, pictures, and food is another $1,000. That's $3,000 for one night. I don't have the type of money. You just got child support
It sound like he had a Tyler Perry play.
in the first place. Why did you promise him this before talking to me?
Y'all so ignorant.
Square dad.
He just need the bad weed.
I need the Shamar Moore cornrows.
Yeah, the Shabar more corn. Okay.
Oh my
All right. Okay, so, well, you've been ignoring him. This is his special night. He dealt with this so much. He dealt with so much this past year. He deserves the best. I'm not asking for $3,000. I'm asking for $1,500. We could go half. You have enough time to save Larry.
Oh shit! Damn, Larry.
That's why I'm using Larry voice.
Oh shit!
I have about 2 weeks, and it was rough for all of us.
Larry.
I took a huge hit with hours. I have a newborn daughter to support as well. I don't have $1,500. You need to be practical. I can take him to prom in my Escalade. That saves us $2,000 right there. He doesn't need a luxurious vehicle.
Come
Bro,
on, Larry.
especially Square Dad, man. He used the word practical.
My nigga Larry,
As soon
man.
as he said Escalade,
My nigga Larry, man.
Because he got, Larry got glasses.
I've only been.
Hey, hold on, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with him.
Hold on,
Leave
man.
him alone. Larry got glasses.
Hold on, man. I'm feeling attacked over here.
Square Dad boy.
With a button up tucked in.
he doesn't want to ride in your Escalade. He deserves his own vehicle. I'm not asking for much. You're being selfish. I think that's
She
what
meant
she
to
She
said.
meant to say selfish.
Your newborn doesn't require the same as your 17-year-old son. What can you give me then?
I can give you $250.
Strong.
You just got $319 on the 1st. You will have another $319 on the 15th. That's almost $1,000 right there. No, it's not.
That's $839,
You know
bro.
how we like to round up.
That's almost.
That's $839.
You know how we round up.
You more than 25% there.
Okay? You shouldn't make promises you can't keep. I will not go broke trying to spend beyond my means.
He's responsible.
Get him, Larry.
Beyond my means.
Get her, Larry.
Stand up for yourself, Larry.
Larry got a PhD.
Okay, wait.
Now with
She
$319 child
said,
support.
so she said $250. That ain't shit. Child support is for his living and upkeep. You can't do better than $250. Are you really telling me this?
That's all I can do. It's late and I'm tired. If $250 ain't shit, then I can't help you. I can drive him in my Escalade and pay for the food and pictures.
Escalade
You can
again,
pay for
man.
a suit. He will still have an amazing time. Take it or leave it.
I'll leave it, you broke ass nigga.
Oh shit! I thought
That's
Larry
why
was
he
white
calls
this
my
whole time.
boyfriend dad. He does what you can't do.
That's
This
the
is
part.
your son's special night and you're being cheap. Keep your little money. Good night, bum.
You've been receiving this bum child support for the past 16 years.
Yeesh.
Yet,
Get
I'm the
her,
bum? Before your boyfriend came along, this bum helped you with rent 6 times. Take your bitter ass to bed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Bitter.
6 times.
6 times.
Damn.
6 times.
That was deep.
6 times.
Yo, all jokes aside, she's a dick.
She is. That's
the
ridiculous.
line she could have
Like,
did without that boyfriend. Dad
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
She
Definitely.
get it.
Come on, man.
Well, that's what happens.
shit. It ain't
when
like
you-
he a deadbeat.
That's
He
what.
paying
He's
child support.
definitely not a deadbeat.
Right. So like,
He's been doing the
And
shit
he used
need
the
to
word
do.
practical, so he's practically a good dude.
I think
He knows his shit. He's responsible as fuck. He's being on top of the shit, but it's like, yo, you asking me for excess. You can't handle this shit.
this
and
is the
you
thing
didn't
I
even
want
talk
to say
me
to
about it.
women.
Not-
This is what I want to say to women.
Uh-oh.
Co-parenting is not you making decisions and then having him co-sign what you decided.
Yeah, there you go.
And so I really felt that when he said you didn't run none of this by me. Like you
right.
can't
You sprung
you
this
can't be
on
like
me.
we doing 3,000 or I'm about to you finna take these class or whatever you want to do for your child. If you are expecting money from the other parent, it needs to be a joint decision. You can't just make the decision and say, "Oh, you ain't shit," because you don't want to co-sign what I decided without you.
I have nothing else to say to
I
that.
don't like that.
No,
That
that's
sums it
facts.
up.
That's real. That's real.
That's whack. That's not
real.
co-parenting.
At the end of the day, that's why I said my baby moms is amazing.
Yeah.
I've never seen these days. You know what I'm saying?
I know people that
I'll
have.
blow up the house. But
If you have expectations of me doing
I will.
something, let me know those expectations.
no,
she
no,
just
no,
got
those
before.
aren't. No, you don't get to make those
No,
expectations.
no. I'm saying though.
You get to
let
ask.
me know before.
You get to ask for help in those situations.
Yeah.
When you're asking for an additional 3 G's, right? Or she said not
1,500.
1,500. Excuse me. When you're asking for additional 1,500, that should not be an expectation.
Mm-hmm.
You should expect to get $319 biweekly,
That's what you
like
count
you've
on.
been getting.
Right.
But here's the thing though. You told my son that I'm gonna do this. At this point now, he has his expectation.
Right.
Now you have this
Well,
expectation. I'm
that
gonna show
goes
from my
back to
son.
what she said is the initial problem.
Right.
Don't make decisions.
Don't
for
make
me.
decisions.
You need. It should always be. I'll talk to your dad and we see what we gonna do.
We should
It should
come
not
up with a
be
plan.
this what we doing and then go to the
And
dad
now-
like
and
why
now-
you ain't got
now
$1,500.
you said yeah.
Now,
I didn't.
now he's a bum ass nigga who's been paying your rent for 6 months.
Oh,
who's had to pay your rent 6
Shit.
times.
I ain't like that.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
lost in all this.
Well, but
she
this
just
is-
got the
you know how-
boyfriend
you
beat
know
up.
You said the boyfriend beat up.
She just
And
got
he,
him beat
he
up.
minding his business.
Like, hold
He
on,
minding
this
his own
nigga,
business.
my
Hey,
son
look,
calling
that's
him
personal
what?
shit.
Like,
Real shit.
you threw
And-
that
and
shot there.
it's-
Now I
it's-
gotta show up.
it's
Like,
And you know what's
you just
fucked
fucked up and got him beat
What's
up.
fucked up is
See,
probably not
man.
even fucking true, nigga.
But he got beat up.
Like, what did I do?
You was just trying to throw a little
See-
shot at me, but
see,
now
this-
you got him fucked up.
I mean, the nigga got a newborn.
Not smart.
He's got a newborn. He's been taking care of. He's been taking care of his house. He's been
Yeah.
taking care of the other house. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
Get the fuck off of his back. Or if you need $3,000, hustle. Hustle.
I feel like
Hustle.
just
Or
know
tell
how
your
to
son,
cope
hey,
with
I
it
should have
better.
talked to your dad first. This is what we're gonna do instead.
Right.
Like,
And plus, it's prom. It's not like
Take
she
the
said,
Escalade.
That
it's
nigga's
a
not
special
getting
day.
Take the
married,
Escalade.
bro.
Right, that's what I'm
Get
going
that
with.
nigga a
He's
wedding.
going like in like a couple of years.
It's not even
it's
senior
going
ball.
for-
What?
I would've
Prom.
took- I
That's
would've took
junior
Escalade
year.
to my
Senior
prom.
ball.
Shit.
Senior.
I
No,
went to
it-
Escalade
sometimes-
senior
I mean, I
ball.
had
that's what
senior
I'm saying.
prom.
Take the Escalade,
We had the
man.
same shit and shit. Take that.
It's just to get you to point A to point B.
You
Yeah.
feel me?
Make
What-
sure your tux is official.
Yeah.
Make sure your little dance moves is on point and
Yes,
shit.
sir.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than that, take the Escalade, park that shit in the parking lot, and go about your night.
UBI and Escalade.
You be
UBI in
Yeah.
Escalade.
A-okay.
UBI and
I
Escalade.
mean, you co-parent.
Hold
What
on,
do you
man.
think?
How much did you say was the what's
Two
the luxurious
bands.
Two
vehicle?
bands, bro.
2 bands for their luxury car.
Hold on for
To-
2 days.
to
Hold on,
rent?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Night.
To
So,
rent?
No. Hold
He
on.
said for
See,
3 days.
For 3 days.
Because
what?
you-
For what?
because
You need it for
usually
3 days,
it's a
though.
minimum. It's a minimum.
Well, because
You
she
can't just
wants to
rent it
drive
for
it
one
for the
night.
other 2
Shit,
days. That's
no.
why.
No, it'd be
She
a
wants
minimum.
to- It
What
do
do
be
you
a
mean
minimum,
for
but why do you need it for
a
3
minimum
days for
of days.
one prom?
Yeah.
No, usually it is.
I get it. I understand what you're saying,
Since
but
when?
but why? Why
like
do you
you
need
have
a
to have it
3-day
for the
rental?
weekend.
Yeah.
Why do you need a
You
3-day?
can't just rent it for one night.
Why do you need a 3-day rental? He's gonna
Sometimes
be at
you
prom
Could,
for
though,
one
right?
night.
They
bruh.
changed car rentals up? Because you used to be able
Well,
to rent them
because this
shits.
is the thing.
Well, it
When is the
depends on,
prom?
like,
Because
if you
on
go-
the weekend they not open.
Luxury cars sometimes, especially like now, if they go through like 2-row, some of them do have like a minimum.
Okay.
Only some of them though. It's really really rare unless you go. But like, a lot of times it just depends on when. It's capped, honestly.
Well, during prom
It's
season, I
capped.
think you can rent it for one day.
You can.
Ain't prom on the weekend though?
Yeah, it's like a Saturday.
99% of
You can
companies.
return a
Prom is
rental
usually
car
like
on
a
a
Saturday.
weekend.
Look,
On Sundays?
Yeah.
2-row, you can
They
rent the
be
shit for
closed.
an
7 days a
hour.
week. You just drop it off and throw the keys in the box.
Yeah.
Yep.
A luxury? They ain't doing that.
Yes, they are. Yes,
They
they
ain't
are.
not letting you just throw the keys.
It may be. It
I
may
ain't
be.
never
know what-
rented
I
it.
don't know.
If they have lockbox,
Bruh, I'm
U-Haul
gonna
does some shit.
just go off of my.
I don't want to. I don't want to
shit.
play semantics. I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
just go off of my dad.
You were asking me something. I'm sorry.
No, I said you co-parent. What do you think about how do you make decisions and you know what I mean?
You had to take a deep breath.
You know what? Because usually in those situations, because as a father, when that decision is already made for you,
Uh-huh.
it's hard to then say no. Because when you say no, then you're put in the situation where now you're the reason why they did not get what was promised.
Is that
to
why
them.
she did that?
That's probably why she did it. So for me in those situations, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, because my peace, my peace is more important than the going back and forth and having to explain to this is use the situation here, to my son why it can't happen. That just in some cases, it's just better to just say, you know what you did was wrong. The next time that we have a situation like this, like, you need to really say something before I do it. The problem is that you're kind of like, you're encouraging bad behavior because you're saying that you're still going to do it. But the problem is that the bottom line is that it's affecting the child, because
Right.
now you're disappointing your son. So the bottom line is, you know, hey, you know what? I wasn't planning for it. This is putting me in the hole. But the bottom line is, you're only going to have one prom. I think I would, and this is not going to be popular, and I know people ain't going to agree with me. You're not going to agree with me, and that's fine. I will find a way to do it.
That's what I was gonna say though. It seems like Larry ain't got the means to do it.
He ain't got to do it.
And he got
Whether
he got his back
Well,
put
and
against
it was,
the
and it
wall.
was 2 weeks. So I get it.
Reading in that voice and making Larry seem like that, he's
Yeah.
probably gonna go sell some and come up with the money.
Larry's not.
He's definitely not.
No,
But
because Larry
I'm not-
got a new baby, and I'm
not-
sure
even
whoever
Larry
he
got a
with
new
ain't
baby.
finna
He's
let it
not
go
gonna-
down.
He's
That
not
is-
gonna hustle
but that is-
for
that is
for
one of the
something that's
things-
unnecessary.
No, that's one of the things that I thought I was gonna have to deal with because I make so much money, right? I thought that one of the problems I was gonna fucking have was her asking for ridiculous shit because she knew I had it.
Uh-huh.
You
Which it
understand
sounds
what I'm
like
saying?
that's what she's doing right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and but I can't play that game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't play that game because once I start baiting into that shit,
And
as
it-
dope as
then
we
it
are,
starts becoming normal.
right? And
Yeah.
and it becomes a norm. And I don't want to make it normal for her to put that kind of pressure on me to spend money just because she knows it's there.
And if that wasn't a one-time occurrence, I would totally agree with you. It's prom. And usually prom, that's your junior prom. You remember that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but
so
you still
for
got
me,
your senior ball that's cut up though. You know
Well,
what I'm saying? How am I top a senior ball with a $2,000? I gotta go bigger next
well,
year.
usually
Since
people
For real.
most
It
usually
didn't
junior
say
prom.
junior. It just
It
said
said
prom. Prom
It
is
just
junior
prom.
year.
Okay, so I'm
ball
sorry.
is senior year.
Ball.
I'm
Not
assuming it's junior prom.
Nigga, you didn't have no seniors at your school.
No, nigga, when I graduated, when I graduated, I was a
He was a
senior.
senior.
You went to senior
We had
ball.
a junior senior prom.
Together?
Together?
Joint?
Yes.
No, well, traditionally it's a junior
It's separate.
prom and a senior ball.
But
No,
most
we didn't
people
have-
don't.
we
The
didn't have
senior
that.
ball
We had a
usually
winter
isn't
ball.
as important as the junior prom.
It
Junior
ain't.
prom, that's the one to go.
Senior ball, I didn't care because I
No,
junior,
we had- it was-
cause
it was-
junior
no,
ball,
nigga.
junior
It was
prom
every
is your
year.
first
we cut
one.
up. I cut up on both of them.
Every
Yeah.
year.
I mean, I ain't saying I didn't cut up, but I
think the
the
senior
first
ball
Matter
battle
of
was
fact, I won best dress
You had
out of
a-
both of them bitches.
Like you had to be
Senior ball
invited
was
by
like-
junior or senior to be
the
able to go.
first
What
one
would
is
you
the
say?
most
You had to
important
be invited by
First one's
junior or
the
senior.
First
to go
one,
to
that's
prom.
the first
And
one.
again,
I went
and
to
we're
four- I
and
went to
we're
five of them.
and we're
We
playing,
never had a separate.
and we're playing
Oh, yeah.
semantics and we're playing semantics. So I don't want to. I'm just saying because it's a one-time occurrence, and because obviously I remember how important prom was to me, and I don't ever want to disappoint my kids. That's
All
just,
right,
that's
my
just
kids in this instance are gonna learn a cold ass lesson that life is not about having a goddamn $2,000 luxury
totally
car.
get
Agree.
it. But
Sometimes you have
but-
to disappoint kids.
No, dead ass. Like
to
you gotta be
humble
real.
them.
Like I'm
I've
like just
spoiled
because
the
your
shit out
mom
of my
said you're
kids.
gonna do
Nah,
this shit.
and that's
Sometimes
why
you got to.
I think that's the bigger thing is I don't want to disappoint my kids, but I also don't want to set up in a situation to where I can put my back against the wall and then you use my kids to fucking
That's
manipulate
leverage.
my
That's-
decision.
That's what she's doing because
Right, because I don't want to disappoint my kids. You put me in a position to manipulate
get it.
me.
Like, you didn't tell me ahead of time.
And then if I stand my ground, all of a sudden I'm a deadbeat. And
Yeah, you gonna
another
tell
nigga
you gonna
being
tell
called-
your son.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's
you're
only
giving me
because
all
of you that it didn't happen.
So now you're giving me more motivation to keep telling you no.
right, because me, I'm like, look, I didn't promise him. You did. But then at the same time, no, mom is gonna be like, yo, dad didn't give the money for
And
the.
that's
I
why
mean,
you say
and
issue.
I feel,
But to
I
keep
feel
it
what
a
you're
buck,
to your
saying,
point.
but I feel like growing up, I could not stand when my parents said no just to prove a point. Like
It's not about proving
that
a point.
It is.
No,
it is.
for me saying no.
No,
look,
it
I've
sounds
been
like
in
he
no
can't
bed-
afford it.
$1,500
No.
for prom?
I know.
I'm not talking about
I know.
this situation. I'm just saying in general, I hate when my parents would say no to prove a point.
Yeah.
I hate when Tyson
I don't
do
think
it.
he's.
Well,
I don't think
It
he's.
triggers
I don't
me
think
like
in this
Yeah.
situation
you just
he's
saying
proving
no to
a
prove
point.
a point. Like
Yeah.
you don't even.
Well, because
you
at the end
got
of the
it.
day,
You don't. You know what I'm saying?
from
Like,
the kid's perspective,
How do you?
the child isn't thinking like that. The child is thinking
Understood.
that basically that whatever was promised to me can't be done.
Because of
it's not
dad.
and it's not thinking
And it's even
well, the
colder when you
mom
coulda
did
did
it
it.
because then the dad is blaming the mom is blaming the
just
dad.
be
As a
disappointed.
child, you're just thinking what I wanted I can't get.
This is.
But the way
that's life.
But I
dog.
feel like- but I
The
feel like-
thing
Well,
is,
who wanted
life.
it?
That's
Did the
real
kid
life
want
though.
it, or
You
did the
don't-
mom want it
you
for the
don't
kid?
always get. You don't always get what you want in
Mom
real
wanted
life.
it.
But
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
Steph was saying though.
Mom
You
wanted
saying
it
no
for
to
the kid.
you
Mom
saying
wanted it
no
for
to
the
prove a
kid.
point.
No,
To my mom.
no,
That's to me, but
check
to
this
my
out.
mom.
No, it's not about saying no
That's
to prove
whack.
a point to the mom. That's even if you guys feel like it's whack, that shit again, the conversation should have come through me initially.
It should have.
I'm not saying it shouldn't.
should have.
I'm talking from the kid's perspective. I'm just being honest of how I felt.
Right.
With that
So,
situation.
but that is also a learning.
I'm in the middle.
That's also a learning
of y'all,
experience.
y'all
That's also a
argument.
learning
Y'all
experience.
issue with each other.
Then one of the things that we do when her and I disagree is I talk to my kids about why I made that decision,
Right.
and why this isn't sensible, and why it's not.
But that's not a
feasible, and
learning
why I can't
decision
do
for
that.
them. That's not a learning experience for them because they're not the ones that made the decision.
Well, then she should figure it out.
So
that's
here's
true.
what it is. There's two things that could
You know what I'm saying?
happen,
I'm not,
right?
I'm not gonna
Then I'm
feel
looking
bad
at my
for that
mom
shit.
like, damn, you done fucked my shit up.
Yes.
Because you didn't talk to him first. Now I don't get shit.
I don't
Like,
really-
you know what I mean?
I don't really.
They probably gonna just look at dad. Like at the end of the day, it just looks like the dream ended because of dad.
because that
Right, because look, here's what it is.
I'm okay with
No,
that.
the dream
Yeah.
ended because y'all fuck shit up.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Look, if the kid wanted it, right? He brought it up. He said to mom. Mom said, "Yes, we're gonna make that happen." Didn't say anything to dad.
Well, she said that he been ignoring the kids' text messages.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's what he said?
Yeah,
Let me read that back.
Oh,
Hold on.
about the prom?
yeah.
Because that nigga knew he did.
said
Oh
that
yeah,
right.
he did. He
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
First
He
thing
said,
"You've been ignoring
He said
him."
you texted
New
and you never
information.
responded. Are you going to have with me or not? So
And
yeah,
then she said, "Well, you've been ignoring him. This is his
And she didn't
special
say
night."
pay for it. She said, "Are you going half with me?"
So that's the thing.
So how
like,
long had he been?
If it was a
How long
decision,
had he
then
been
all-
asking?
see,
That's
the
a different
point.
layer.
See, there you
Like
go.
if the kid been asking for a few months and you just not responding, and then mom was like, dude, what the fuck?
What's going on? Yeah.
That changes the
I
game
don't
a
know,
little
see?
bit.
And
It
Don't
does.
ignore your
but at the
kids.
same
I
time
don't give
too,
a damn.
if I never said I'm
That's
going to do
fine.
it, don't assume I'm going to do it.
Facts.
Right.
If you didn't give me word that you're gonna do something, I'm not gonna assume.
Why you not answering me, Dad?
Because Dad
Obviously doesn't have it.
Well,
But
then
tell
tell
me
me
that.
that.
He
Just
just
say
all he
that.
had to do was
Tell me
say
that.
all he
Say
had.
that.
He had to say that.
His
But here's the
son
thing,
was
though.
reaching out directly. That's different.
Hold on for
Here's the thing. Dad could be
if he has it in that.
that might be his firstborn son type shit, right? I don't want to he might be like, I don't want to let my firstborn son down like that, but
Or
like,
any
I can't
son.
really tell him no like that.
But
Because
should
I
you
understand what it
ignore him?
is.
Now I'm really gonna think you a deadbeat. He just gonna
Why?
ignore
Why
me.
when he's been paying her rent 6
But
times? and she
why
can't
would
pay
you
it?
ignore
And
your?
paying
I'm
child
not talking about
support.
her. I'm talking about what your son think about
I'm
you.
coming
Hey,
at you directly.
Hey, the relationship.
Don't do that.
we
As a man, that's
You
what
don't-
you
but you
teaching
don't
him.
know what
we
the
don't we don't
relationship
we
is.
don't know what the relationship
You
is.
don't
It
know
could
what
be.
the relationship is.
He's obviously staying with moms. The way that she's coming about shit, calling him a deadbeat, calling him a bum.
that was wrong.
That was wrong.
She's probably doing
I
it in
ain't
front of
talking
his son.
about- I ain't
exactly.
talking about
She's
her.
probably that's probably a normal.
So because
thing.
because the mom ain't shit, you ignore your son. I don't like that.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Hold
no,
on.
the relationship
wait,
with
hold
the
on.
mom ain't
Wait,
got nothing
hold
to do with your
Hold on,
child.
hold on,
Man, you
hold
make
on,
that shit
hold on,
sound
hold on,
hella
hold on,
easy.
Go ahead, Kobe, go ahead.
You
Hold
You
on,
would
go ahead.
ignore your
Listen,
children?
Hold on,
I
wait,
wouldn't,
wait,
but-
wait,
Hold on,
wait,
let-
wait,
let
hold
him
on.
go.
Let me get to there.
Not
Let me
me
get to there.
Go.
Not me either.
If your mom's, if this kid's mom is bashing the fuck out of dad, because he's staying with mom.
Mm-hmm.
She be putting all types of shit.
Could
so
be.
he may be talking to him in a not like a I'm your dad type of way, but like this nigga who helped make me.
Okay.
Now we
Think
assuming I'm just going off of ignoring.
No,
Y'all
no,
making up
no,
whole
I'm-
scenarios.
No, exactly.
There could have been a
Everything that we
reason.
have is scenarios.
Could be a reason.
Everything we have is scenarios because we're basing everything of what we see, not what we know.
But we can
I'm
only
just
go.
saying it's a
we can
possibility.
only,
off of what
we
you
can only
got.
go based off of what we
He
know.
ignoring him.
And what we know is that he's been ignored.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
It could be.
I didn't- I
There's a
didn't
lot
know
of
this.
there's a whole lot
I
of
didn't
other
notice
shit.
that
story
either.
behind it.
Yeah.
But
That changes
that part
a
don't
little
sit
bit.
right in my
No,
But-
spirit.
it does.
But like Rajeo said, he said practical. He said practical.
But practical is not ignoring your son when he's asking.
He said,
about
"Look, you
going
can
to
use
the
my
right.
Escalade.
Not indirectly,
You can-
but directly.
Direct.
You can drive my Escalade."
Bruh, if you would have just responded and said that,
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I think.
here go the option.
I think the
You a
son.
grown
I
ass
think
man.
the son would have maybe understood a little bit better when he first texted him and said, "Hey, son, I ain't got it to be able to do that particularly, but we'll find out an option where you can still go in style and still
Mhm.
get in a nice vehicle."
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I think that's better. So
Than not responding
again,
at
that's
all.
why I said
don't
what
like
I
that.
said is that at some point in time you got to take some responsibility. And again, I'm not, and it's not may not be the popular answer, but the bottom line is I do not want to disappoint my children, no matter who put the expectation on me or not. And I'm not saying I'm going to be used as a pawn. This is a special circumstance. If that's what he wanted, and if I did not communicate and I ignored him, then it's more on me than anybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's
straight
just
up.
what that's just what I'm
When
going
you
to
put
do.
that ignored aspect in there, that changes the whole
It does.
scenario.
It does.
It really does. Because at the end of the day, you could have addressed your son directly, cut out the
long
middleman
time
I wouldn't have to
of
say
the person
nothing.
that's bad mouthing you and calling you out your name. You could have
long
went
time
straight to
ago.
your son like,
And-
"Hey,
and-
look, I really can't. Like, you
Yeah.
know, your what he has a newborn boy,
Daughter.
Newborn.
daughter,
Yeah.
Daughter.
your little sister. We just had a baby
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. I
Yeah.
want to help.
Yeah.
You know." And he even said he was willing to add a little bit extra, right?
He said
Just not-
250
$250.
Right,
on,
hey,
on
look,
top of the child support.
Look, I'll give you this for spending money for the night.
Yeah.
So you can have this in your pocket
And
and
you
you
got
can
the
drive my car.
Escalade, yeah.
My
or,
Escalade.
Or hey, let me go try to see if I can rent out another luxury vehicle for a little bit more cheaper.
Mhm.
So that way we can fit it into the budget. I'm a dad where I'm always going to find a way to do it.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying I
I
might not agree to paying the $1,500, but
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, look, I'll figure out what I can do to make sure that you have a good night.
I agree with that too.
And I think that's way better than just saying no.
Or saying
agree with
nothing.
you. I agree with you on
Or,
that.
And-
100%.
or saying
And,
nothing.
and this is the thing. He know. Like if you read it, she literally said, he said he texted you and you never responded. And then he says, LJ told me you're renting him a luxury. So you obviously seen what the fuck
So
he
you
said.
read it,
yeah,
and
and
you
didn't
just
respond.
didn't
And didn't
respond.
respond.
That
Like,
nigga was like,
I think that's it right there.
I'm out here
But
hurting.
she was still wrong for not
Oh,
communicating
yeah.
about the plans prior to.
Period.
So a lot
I
of
still
times,
stand on that.
which is the biggest shit.
and a lot of times in co-parenting situations, and I got to be very transparent, in my co-parenting situations, the communication gets blurred when it's, oh, tell your dad I said this, or tell your mom I said this. When you can just contact directly
Yep.
instead of going through the child, because
Don't
now
do
you're putting
that.
the child in the middle.
Yep.
And the child should never be in the middle. It should be Co-parenting is co-parenting.
Yep.
That's why I
Two
said my
parents
baby mom is
discuss
dope, bro. I
and
don't
talk.
have none of those
Right,
issues.
but a lot of times it's, oh, well, if you want to go somewhere, you need to ask your dad.
I mean, because even when I was growing up, my mom not listening or taking nothing from no kid. I could say, oh, we going to Ebony house and her mom gonna get her mom on the phone.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody communicating through no kids. Oh, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
facts.
Hell no.
Because we don't. We don't.
Hell no.
We don't. And then my kids will sometimes confirm or what we already previously discussed.
Yeah.
But I always talk to. I think the relationship of
You guys have a better relationship.
our relationship
You
is-
guys have a good relationship.
our relationship
in a
is good.
co-parenting situation where both parents or one parent is either vindictive or does not like the other parent, then they're going to avoid communication at all costs.
Of course. But if we're always talking about the best for the child, the best for the child is to go get whatever kind of counseling or whatever you need to do.
Should be.
Because that operation should be more important than anything else you have going on in your life.
Should be.
Right.
And then the
I
other
said
thing
should
that,
be. I agree.
the other thing that I
Not
see
all the time, but
the other thing I see a lot of times too is people will be like, this my household and that's your household and you ain't got no say over here, but we still got to come together on the
Lord.
kid though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Lord.
you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like, if you can't just go out and buy your 8-year-old a cell phone because you want to. You need to talk to the other parent.
Facts.
Like, and people don't want to have
Hey.
to do that because they like, I do what I want. You can't tell me what to do.
punishments and sentences and terms in our
Need to
in
be
our
on the
relationship.
same page.
Them motherfuckers are transferable, nigga. If you was grounded over there,
You grounded over
You're
here.
not- you don't come over here.
That's
and
how it
you're
should.
grounded.
That's how it should be.
That's how
Oh,
it
that
should be.
shit is-
It should be
that's
on the
dope.
same
Has to
page
be.
because
That's
kids
dope.
be getting away with a lot and they get to manipulate each side.
They do.
Because the parents ain't on the same page.
Because that fighting against each other, man, any kingdom divided against itself is not gonna work.
It's gonna fail.
Right?
Period.
So anytime that you have to work with
Bars.
somebody on a fucking group project and you guys are beefing, you're always gonna lose.
But if you're too prideful to think that the
That's
other
the-
person
that's-
is trying to control what you got going
that's
on
number one.
in
Some
your
people do.
household,
That's
that
number one.
then it becomes an issue
number one.
because your daddy don't run what I got going over here, or
Facts.
your mama don't run what I got going over
Facts.
here. Instead of getting a cohesive environment
Facts.
for the child.
That's
Right.
because both people care about their fucking feelings more
Yeah.
than they care about the impact of the. I'm not gonna say both people.
There-
it could
there-
just be one
but there's
person.
there's
Could just be
special
one.
cases.
It
I'm
was one
not
person.
gonna group everybody. There's special cases where sometimes you have to be separate.
Well, and you know
Sometimes
what?
you
Some
have to.
domestic
For-
violence,
yeah.
rape,
And we
drugs
don't
and shit like that. I get it.
and we don't know all the mechanics. We just know what we read on the text message. But when you add a boyfriend or a girlfriend or another baby
try
or
to
another
hurt-
wife,
yeah,
then
yeah,
it
yeah.
ends up being a lot more messy because then
Got your
it's
boyfriend beat up.
yeah.
For sure, she got.
Let's
the
get
nigga
it
to
on.
For sure. For sure,
Yeah.
you're not about to just talk to me like that.
Well-
and him not pay for
Well,
it.
I don't want people
somebody
to
gotta
feel
pay for this
like
shit.
that we shitting on
Somebody
every
gotta
shit. Like,
pay
'cause
for it.
everybody's
Not pay for
situation
it.
is
Everybody's
different. So I'm
situation
not
is
judging nobody's
Him
situation. I'm just
downstairs.
saying what the ideal
Right.
would be.
Right. Right. So please,
I
for
do-
those
I
of y'all, for those of y'all that are in co-parenting situations, do what's best for the child and communicate with each other. At least have a cohesive relationship, so that way you can just discuss
You gotta
and
do
make
it.
it easy on the child.
You got to be able to.
You have
talk.
to be.
You
Please
got-
let all that flesh and feelings and
It's not what's
vindictiveness.
important.
It's not what's good for
Nah,
the child.
you know what though, man. Like to add to that, man. I think that is. I know people who are good people and they're constantly being attacked by the other parent.
Yep.
Right. So all that aggression and shit and all that, I gotta prove my point. And that's just childish, bruh.
But sometimes a lot of people are in situations where they have to co-parent with an abuser, and that just
Well, that's
it just
what I
makes
was
it
just saying.
Yeah.
so
That's what I
much
was just
harder.
saying.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's like it ain't stopping.
Well, and I think that's what you were saying, that we're talking about an ideal situation.
Right.
Obviously, not every situation is ideal.
Yeah.
And a lot of
People
times
be
the
like,
person,
just communication. Like, this motherfucker crazy.
if you are dealing with somebody that's
Whether it's the
narcissistic,
woman or
I know my
man.
BM probably felt like that about
that
me.
is like a
This
narcissist or
nigga-
somebody that's
this nigga trying to
controlling
fuck up
or
everything.
manipulative. Because there are parents that I've seen that they will tell the child, "Oh, your dad don't want to see you," or
Sick.
vice
I've
versa,
seen it too.
and whatever.
I've seen it
And
too.
really, that's not even the case.
Yeah,
Sick in the head.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
You know what I
shout
mean?
out to y'all for putting up what y'all put up with. But ideally, work on your co-parenting.
Do what's best for the child.
Yeah.
Period.
But and when
Period,
it comes
point
when it
blank.
comes to the kid, I think we just got to the point where however we feel don't fucking matter.
It don't.
Right? Because I already lived my 7 and 8s and 9s in junior high schools and shit, nigga. Right? So why am I gonna objectively pour in my bad decision making and my bad feelings into my kids'
Well,
life?
and to be, because I'm in a situation where I'm co-parenting,
Mhm.
and even when there was another, person that was brought into the situation. It was, and me and you talked about this because, whatever.
We talk about everything.
So, personal feelings are out the window. And it was like, hey, dude, we need to talk because we need to have a conversation on how we are all going to parent and make sure that it's easier on her. And it was always, at times it was reluctancy because it was always that stigma of, oh, well, he's mad or he's upset or he's this. And it's like, nah, bro, it's not even that. We just need to have a conversation because we need to be on the same page because if we all want what's best for her, then if we don't have any lines of communication, then it's not gonna work. Because again,
your little girl now?
At what time at your house is gonna be
12.
one rules, at my house is gonna be one rules. At this you guys are gonna allow this, she gonna allow it. It shouldn't be separate rules and separate things for every look, if she's not doing what she's supposed to be over there, I need to know.
Facts.
Or vice versa. But
Facts.
it's always this reluctancy and this stigma that when you are co-parenting or baby daddy drama or baby mama drama, there's always that stigma. So then it's a barrier to actually having open, honest communication. But that's what it needs to be.
Dialogue.
And I've always tried to encourage that. But again, it's always this hurdle of, oh, he's angry, oh, he's mad, or this and this and that. It's like, no, bro. At the end of the day, whatever I need to do for my daughter is what I'm going to do. And if that means I got to be the bad guy, then I'll be the bad guy. If that means I need to be more communicative and if it means I got to go over and above, then it doesn't matter what I feel like. It's what I need to do. And the bottom line is it should be that for in all situations.
Yep.
And unfortunately, like what Steph said, and I'm not saying my situation, I'm saying in other people's situations, it's not always ideal. And sometimes the one person trying to do it, sometimes there's no people trying to do it. So just again, if you are listening to this and if you are in a co-parenting situation, just put your personal feelings to the side and do what's best for you.
Don't be humping on
children.
people you don't want to have babies with, man.
Part.
We're going to talk about that. That's a whole nother
in the trials.
We kind of already talked about it on the one episode where y'all said that if you were over 30 with no kids, something was wrong with you. I'm like, maybe they just didn't want to have kids with the wrong person.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Y'all did say that.
I wasn't here, so.
He's like, don't look at me.
It wasn't us. It
was a meme or something that we were saying that somebody said.
But y'all was co-signing it. I'll go back and find the receipts.
Please
you know
find
I
the
will.
receipt.
I would love to hear your receipts.
You know I will.
Find the receipts.
Why are you giving me that?
Because I've always
feel like you was the main one.
I was the main one.
I've always been a proponent of that we got to do
marry before you carry, baby.
Better family planning.
Marry before you carry.
Race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As a culture, better family planning.
Yeah,
marry before you carry. Okay.
I don't know any black folks.
Shit, even if you marry.
It doesn't.
Still,
it
better
gives you
family
a better.
planning.
It gives you
Still
a better,
playing.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, but it's still that is step one.
Surprised
and having
married.
that is step one and having a great foundation for your children.
Yeah, enjoy your marriage before you have kids.
Yes, that's step one. Get to really know the person that you.
Because you think you know what marriage is gonna be like because you already been in a relationship for so long.
But
it's different.
It's totally different.
I did a 7-year stint, bro. 7 years of that. I did a 7-year bid in marriage, bro.
It's different. It's different.
It is.
It is.
You gotta find your footing. You gotta, you know what I mean.
Well, there's different expectations.
Yeah.
No, you know why? Because you are absolutely dependent on that one person for everything.
I don't even think. I think as soon as you get the title as wife or husband, it's totally
in your
different
head.
expectations.
In your head, it's like boom, it levels up.
Yeah.
So you gotta find your way a little bit.
You were saying that you and your wife had to kind of figure that out on the way?
Similar situations. Yeah. So our first kid was kind of the beginning of us getting together. Now our other two. Actually, hold on, let me get my story right here. My daughter was the only one that we had as being married, but we were together the whole time.
Right.
But to I think it was your point, the whole while you're still learning.
Yeah.
You're not only learning how to be parents, but you're learning how to be a husband, a wife, and but I think the core values and everything have to be like aligned similarly.
Have to be equally yoked.
Because at the end of the day, you can put anything before anything. You can say, "Oh, well, let's get married first. So let's do that." It don't matter if it's not compatible.
Right.
Period.
Like so, you can put it in any fucking order you want to put it in.
Right.
But if the people aren't willing to compromise, work, talk, communicate, then it don't matter.
You gotta stick through all the problems, bro.
So with us from the outside looking in, we could have got the criticism. We're like, "Oh, they had a kid. They're not married."
Yeah.
But it worked for us. Oh, they're having another one. They're not married. But but the whole way. Our core values were aligned. Yeah. And so marriage was just like the ultimate, like, you know, stamp on the whole thing, but not necessarily something that we had to have.
Well,
before we
Trey,
built
you're an
everything
anomaly,
else.
fam.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause a lot of people,
Probably so.
a lot of people get married and find out it ain't what they thought it was, and they be having them Band-Aid babies, and that ain't the answer.
Right. Well, and I think people got to realize is like the way we think. I know sometimes it's just not. And again, this is this is a generalized advice. This is not because everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
But we have children before we get married, and it's kind of like
That's our culture.
Is a child
It's backwards.
is a child
It's backwards
a smaller
culture.
commitment than marriage, or is marriage a smaller commitment than children?
Marriage is a smaller.
The bottom line is that if you have a child, because some people are like, oh, as soon as
It's-
18, I'm out.
It's practically
no.
marriage.
No,
In this
nigga.
day and age, I
you
think
get
the
his
child
marriage.
together is a smaller commitment.
Well, and so what I'm
In my
saying.
opinion.
Well, to me, you being a parent, you are a parent for life.
Facts, bro. You
Right.
can get a divorce.
Well, that's
you can get a divorce.
If that's how you looking at it.
No. That's for good parents to say.
Yeah.
That's where your priorities are.
Right.
Facts.
I know a lot of people that could walk by their kid in a fucking
But-
Rite Aid
right.
and not know who he
And
is.
say after 18,
Well,
I'm done.
not even that. There's a lot of people that once you do reach a age, like you need to be
Right, 18,
like we're
that's what I'm
raising
saying.
our kids to be self-sufficient and gone.
Right.
We're not looking at still helping them. It's, you know what I mean?
No, I think the
understand.
point I'm trying to make is that, for instance, two people get together, make a child.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I'm sure we all probably know someone in this room where that lady and that child were solo.
Yeah.
They were a solo act.
Right.
So
right.
that didn't impact that guy's life
Right.
at all, outside of maybe when he finally stopped putting out mixtapes and got a job and he started getting child support.
I
and
got
fucking-
you.
Head on the
I
fucking
got you.
rappers.
I got you.
Hey.
God.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
So
know,
like
'cause
that's when
we
it gets
saw
real for
his
him. The
dad
child
at
support.
DMV,
You know what I
and it
mean? When
was
they
just
start
kinda
coming for
like-
that.
Nothing.
But like at the end of the day, it wasn't a big commitment for him. Like oh shit, you pregnant? I'm out.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean? So like I
This
think
is why
sitting
This is
down.
why, like we said, you gotta have that background. You gotta
Yeah.
spend that time, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just get with somebody and be like, they make me feel good. We're pregnant. I'm keeping the baby.
No, right.
You can.
So that's more my point. Is that you can haphazardly go into marriage.
Yeah.
But if you haphazardly going into having a child, then there are extreme consequences. There's extreme consequences on both
Lifelong
sides.
That's
What
for
I'm
a
saying
child.
is because as a
Lifelong.
mother, then you are risking the fact that you may be a single parent and
That
may
part.
have to raise
Bingo.
somebody on their own.
Bingo.
Or as a father, if you were absent, you missed out on your child's life
Right.
for the rest of your
Bingo.
life, and you can never get that back.
Bingo.
Right.
So what I'm
Now-
saying is that it obviously, and again, this is ideally and generally,
Mhm.
it would be better to be in a committed relationship,
Bingo.
i.e., marriage,
Probably
and
right.
then have a child.
Right.
That's all I
That
was-
doesn't mean
that's
that
what I
that
was saying.
doesn't mean that for people to have children before they get married, that
Right.
it's not going to work out.
Right.
I'm just saying, generally, if you made a commitment, I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life.
Right.
You are in a more secure situation where if you do have a child, that you have less worries of that person leaving you and then leaving you as
That's
a single
correct.
parent. And
or
that's
you
what I'm
at
saying.
least believe in who they are as a person and their core values enough to be like, I'm a
have a
merge-
child. Yes.
I'm a
Well,
merge my
especially-
life with
well,
you.
especially
You
if
know what I'm
it's especially
saying?
if
Otherwise,
it's
you
a,
playing
especially
Russian roulette.
especially if it's
There
a
you go.
man, right? If you're a woman, you would want the security that this man married me.
Yes.
Right, that he's already committed he's the chances of him committing his life to you. I mean, just that portion in itself gives you a better idea
Yeah, I
of
think-
maybe I won't be a single mother.
And it still can happen. I'm
It
not
could.
saying it
happen.
can't.
It could, but
Because there's a lot of single moms that I know that people like, dang, she's single, she got 3-4 kids. Well, she also was
She
married.
was married, right.
You
Yeah,
know what
see-
I'm
see
saying?
that-
Like some
yeah.
people was
Yeah,
Black
married.
community though, man, like marriage is it's crazy. Like, you know, my parents didn't get married until I was like 10 or 11.
Right.
Mm.
But that was life. That was normal.
Right.
But, you know, that I think that goes back to what we say, like our up it wasn't
We were
this
never
tr-
taught to be married.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And that's what I'm
so-
saying. The family planning. And when I say family planning, I mean, hey, we're going to get married and we're going to try to have children after 3 years, after 4 years, after you've already had a conversation and you've been married, you're able to enjoy each other and then do it. Like a lot of times it's, oh, I'm pregnant. We got to go down to the courthouse and get married, because if not, then it's going to look bad for us in the church.
Or you got married and it's like,
Why did I
are
get
y'all married now? So what's
have
going
kids.
on?
Come on. What's going on? I need some grandkids.
You know,
We
the other
chilling.
thing that we don't really get and we talked about this a lot. The other thing that we really don't get before being married is we don't understand what we're getting into most
No,
of the time.
we don't.
We don't
Not at
understand generational curses. We don't understand that we're taking on this person's family. We don't understand that we're taking on the auntie and the uncle. If that family is a bunch of alcoholics, you're probably going to marry an alcoholic.
Well, I'm gonna be
Like,
honest with
suppress
you.
You know what I'm saying? We don't
The tradition of marriage just wasn't enforced
because
in our
they teach
culture.
you in church that you got to get married so you're not in fornication and adultery, but then they never give you the once over or the tools on how to stay married.
That's the
They never fucking tell you.
Get shamed into marriage so that way when you are having sex with whoever you're married with, that you don't feel bad about it.
Exactly. So they shame you into marriage. You get married. Again, they don't teach you how to balance a bank account. They don't teach you how to. They don't teach us about credit. They don't teach us about buying a home. They don't teach us about mortgages or financing. They don't teach us about investing.
Taxes.
Right? They teach you. They literally teach you about nothing, and then they're like, "Get married, get married."
All they preaching is Proverbs 31. Proverbs.
Get you a virtuous woman without being a good nigga, bro.
And then you find out on the fly, and then sometimes
not sweet.
Learning on the fly creates the divorce. Yeah. Because you're not mature enough to know what to get yourself into.
You know what I'm saying? If I would have known what I knew before I got married, I probably could have made that shit work.
Or in Photo Beast, in Photo Beast case, learning how to deal with multiple wives. You know,
polygamy B.
That's me.
My idol.
Me.
I mean, oops.
He's down there.
That's
I didn't say that.
That's a sangria talk.
That's the fourth glass.
One for me.
All right.
Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the married folks.
Shout out to us having a mature conversation and telling people to, you know what I'm saying, just think twice. That's
yes, sir.
Just all.
Hey, Steph, chill with your foot.
Huh?
Chill with your foot.
Oh, sorry.
with your nervous ass.
All right, Ronnie.
I had a step backwards and like, shit, we got an earthquake? I had to look up.
Hey, look, man, today's Trash as Fuck is really, really fun, bro. What's today's Trash as Fuck, G-Focus?
It's your Trash as Fuck.
Nah, he knows what it is.
Meek Mill.
Meek Millie ordering the long dickie. Meek Millie ordered the long dickie off of Amazon and a link to his Twitter. Meek Millie, why are you ordering flesh-colored 10-inch dildos, fam? What is going on with you, my guy? This nigga didn't say I shouldn't have ordered a 10-inch dildo. He goes, fam, did someone show me how to unleak my Amazon?
That's all bad,
This nigga worried about the wrong shit. Meek Millie with the 10-inch dickie.
That's all bad.
He said, I'm not satisfying, so I'm buying some of the supplying.
That's all bad.
My dick ain't working, so I'm gonna get a new one. This nigga's racist, bro. You talk about living up to the white standard. This nigga about a white cock. I ain't never seen a nigga do that shit in my life. Bro, you ever bought a white dick?
Never in my life.
Hey, you ever bought a white dick?
No.
I ain't never bought a dick.
Step.net don't even like white
black,
dick.
green.
At least buy a brown one.
Then this nigga's comeback was, yo, I need to buy vibrating panties. My guy.
Bro, you need to stop buying shit.
This nigga, how you gonna be rich and buy a dick off of Amazon? You supposed to be using Adam and Eve so you can have privacy. Nigga, you gotta have one of your people buy a dick for you, fam.
Nigga, go to Dr. Miami, nigga.
They get you a growth spurt, nigga.
Growth spurt. Man, that's all bad.
That's why Nikki left your ass, nigga.
This nigga said, mine's not fine, so I gotta get a new one, bro.
And went Caucasian.
Hey, bro, the dick was white. It was white.
Oh, my God.
It was white. He ordered that shit. A white one.
That's crazy.
Come on, man.
Hey,
That's why he got flamed by Drake.
Is this a world tour or this your girls tour? Come on, man.
Weirdos,
This
man.
nigga Photo B is not
They be
laughing.
weirdos
He's like, I
in
ordered a dick
disguise,
last week.
They be weirdos in disguise, man.
This nigga.
All these cats, like for real,
I believe it.
for real. They
Believe
be
what?
weirdos.
That you ordered a dick last week?
These dudes be weird.
Okay.
They be straight.
He was about to fight you like a man.
Weirdos. Like that
Hella
shit.
weird,
That
dog.
shit is for personal use.
Odell Beckham want
Hey,
people to boo boo on
we
him
all-
and stuff.
we always-
Shit like
We always
that.
talk about if you're a celebrity, you gotta have people do shit for you. You understand what I'm saying?
You have so much sex that you start looking for weird ass shit to do when you having sex.
like
bruh.
a 10-inch dildo.
Come on, man.
It's all bad.
Go to Dr. Miami,
It's weird because
man.
I'm like, I got questions,
Nah,
but I don't
all
want
right.
to know the answers.
So
I got no questions.
I
No,
got
you got one of
questions,
these?
but I don't want to know
I
the
don't got one
answers.
of
I
those.
don't want to know.
I don't need one of those.
I don't want to know.
Here's the thing,
Uh-oh.
right?
That nigga
I
tripping.
don't want to know.
So the only issue, the issue that I have with it is the fact that it's white.
That's the only
Right.
issue you got with it?
But listen.
He wants to watch
Hold
his
on,
girl
no,
watch
no,
a dildo.
let him talk,
or
let
ride
him
a
talk.
dick. I
Here's
understand what you're
here's
saying.
here's
Let
the
him
thing
talk.
though, right? I bought toys for women.
Yeah.
I bought the rose for women.
Did you buy a dick?
I didn't buy the dick.
Hold on, let her finish.
But
let her finish. let her
but
finish.
I've used dildos on women.
Okay.
I've used it on them, right?
Let him finish.
You got a hand raised.
I have a question.
Hold on,
What's
no,
your
let me
question?
I have to ask this
No,
question.
hold on, no,
Go ahead. I have to ask the question.
No,
Was the
we need-
dildo?
No, hold on. We need context. So go ahead.
Well, that's why. Okay.
So
okay, fine.
This getting deep.
I have no problem using a toy on a woman. I have no problem using a toy with my woman. You know why? Because
you have a 3-inch dick.
Stop. Hold on.
man.
Let him finish talking. Let him finish talking.
Oh, shit.
definitely not. Right? Because I have women who keep coming back. So
Why you doing like that, man?
there are
Oh, man.
women don't like to. You don't want to admit it and shit, but women like multiple dicks. Women will like having multiple things inside them. And it's,
I'm
no,
not-
dead ass.
Nigga, I'm not debating
No, we
you.
listening.
No, I'm
debating
listening.
you on that.
I'm listening.
I
The
agree.
one-
We're listening.
Look,
We're listening.
I didn't really look into what he had,
You
which
almost
one
drowning
order and
right
shit.
now.
Did you see what he ordered?
No.
Hold on.
Wait,
I didn't look. I didn't
Stop.
look
Let him
into it,
finish.
but
Just let him
off of
finish.
just looking at it,
Let him finish.
it was a suction cup one.
It was.
So
let him finish.
she could put that shit against the wall while she kind of like backs from that shit
Mm-hmm.
while she's giving them head.
Let me tell you what, bro.
Right?
There's a whole bunch of them toys that don't look like 10-inch white dicks, bro. There's a whole bunch of dildos that are not in the shape of dicks.
Okay.
There's a
No,
whole
but
bunch.
no, because I'm in a black women's sensuality group, and it's a lot of things that women want to do that they're scared to talk to black men about doing them.
Okay.
Because they not really open to it, and they're in these groups like literally begging, like, what do I do? What can I like? How can I get? And so, I mean, I'm not saying do what you want to do, but I'm just saying there's a lot of black women that want to do more things, and they man won't do it.
What more do you want?
Do you know?
So I mean, I'm not mad.
Listen,
and a lot of them do want to incorporate.
if my chick wants to
toys.
play,
I'm
if
just
my
telling
chick
you
wants
from
to
my
play with
experience.
suction cup penises, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But guess who's not ordering it on his Amazon? I'm not.
that
Nigga.
part.
I'm
That's-
not.
that's
That's the problem. I might even cash app her the money to go get it herself.
Why do you have a problem with
I'm
ordering
not.
it?
Why?
What's the difference?
Because I don't know what to look for in a penis.
Because you're.
I don't know what to look for in a penis, bro. How do you know
hold
what
on.
to look for in a penis?
Look, she could be like, look, she could be like, look, I want this one.
I'm gonna
All right.
tell you what's wrong with that. His Amazon is not linked to his fucking Twitter.
Mine isn't either. Mine isn't either. That's the big issue.
My dick
What you
purchasing
do in
is
your
not gonna.
bedroom should not be your
My
Twitter.
dick purchasing is not gonna
That part.
fucking
That's
pop
for your
up on
personal-
public domain.
Not at all.
That's for your personal
Not at
business.
all.
I have no problem playing with dildos and vibrators and shit, nigga. We've all done
But here's the
that.
thing, though.
Any nigga's done that. Every
I
nigga's
personally
done, well,
would
I hope
not.
every nigga's done
I
that.
personally.
Not with a dildo. I
Not,
haven't.
you've never grabbed a fake dick? Me either, nigga. It was always a plastic tool. That's all I'm
It
saying.
wasn't a dick, but
No,
it was
nigga,
a
you
toy.
said it was a dick.
I'm
You
not-
I said it was a dildo.
No.
I said a dildo.
Not all
It
of them
wasn't a
look like
dick.
dicks.
I
It
know.
wasn't a
I
dick.
know. I
So,
don't play
okay.
with
It
one
wasn't
that
a
has a
dildo.
dick
I
looking
didn't
like
know
it.
if you
Look.
not all of them are actual.
I'm not ordering
Dicks.
Dirk Dillinger's dick from Amazon.
Not doing that. We
Give me
gonna
the
get,
Ron
we gonna
Jeremy.
get some purple shit. Some shit don't look like nothing, but it
I don't
works.
want to start
That's
naming off
different.
names,
I'm
but it's a lot
knocking
of
that.
options.
I'm
This
not-
look,
yeah.
Nigga, this was a white penis. This
It
is
was.
not what you're
I
talking
seen that
about,
rose shit
bro.
before.
The rose
That
is
you
no
sent
joke.
it. Yeah, I
They
seen
love
that.
the rose.
Bro, you're ordering this?
No.
Hey, if
No.
you
No, listen,
wait,
hold
wait.
on. Let's
if
clear
you
this up.
if you want to laugh, go on Amazon and read the reviews for the rose.
This no fucking
It's
joke.
hella funny. Like
yeah.
This no
women is
fucking
on
joke.
there like, bro, I died and I like.
Hey, no, I'm not mad at that.
You
No.
gotta, you gotta
No,
read
no,
the
no, no.
reviews. It's hella funny.
mad
I'm
at
not mad at
You
that
gotta-
either, but
you
I'm just
gotta
not ordering
use
the
that
dick
shit.
so everybody can see. That's what I'm
That's-
not doing.
No, you're right.
the
You're
tr-
right.
I know. That's why he's getting trash as fuck.
So
Hold on.
So let's clear this up. Photo B, we're not knocking the toys.
no,
We're not knocking the toys.
But we're,
Yeah.
What we're knocking is the whole thing of being a dumbass and not realizing that your shit was on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who the
And
fuck
then
you
you'll
are.
respond.
And then,
we're just-
the nigga said, "I need somebody to help me unleash
Why
my
white
Twitter."
though?
Yeah.
Nigga,
He sounds like a 50-year-old white woman who don't know this shit's
Hey,
connected.
we
It's
don't
like- and then his
compromise
next
in some
tweet
kind of
was,
way,
"Can
though.
somebody
Why
help
white,
me
though?
buy vibrating panties?"
Yes.
Say, nigga, that should have been your first purchase.
No, your next
Man,
your next tweet should have been I got hacked.
for real.
Oh, or delete
At the end
the
of
tweet.
the day,
Hey, Photo B
compromise.
got dumbass man. Like, nigga, I've been
My-
ordering dicks this whole time.
You know what? I
I'm
keep
gonna
it real
order the
though.
rose.
I
I'm
keep
gonna
it
order
real
the rose
though.
like 2-3
I don't-
times. All right.
Hey, why
I
white?
don't
This
keep
nigga
sharing
got
nobody.
rolling 2-3 different
Hold on,
people.
hold on,
already.
hold on,
Why
hold on.
white though?
I'm
Hold
not.
on, hold on.
Why
Step,
white though?
hold on. Step got something
I'm
to
not.
say.
I probably couldn't find a black one.
Why white though?
Nah, but
Why
on
white
the real
though?
though, I don't kink shame nobody. Unless you're hurting other people or you fucking with animals, that kind of shit. That BCL. But I don't kink shame people. That's what you like.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Don't link it to your Twitter.
Hey, and we gotta be real.
Maybe that's shit for him.
We gotta be real. There's a whole lot of niggas doing the same thing. They just ain't getting tweeted.
It ain't getting tweeted. There's a lot of shit that niggas are doing that they ain't telling nobody and shit because they're afraid to let motherfuckers know.
You know why? Because they keep that shit in their bedroom.
Where it's supposed to be.
They don't put it on fucking Twitter, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's supposed to be.
That's why he's getting
for the record, I've never purchased a white dick.
I wouldn't care if Meek Mill was getting fucked in his ass with the dildo. You understand what I'm saying?
That may be happening.
But he leaves it open for whatever dialogue you want to have about
when it gets linked to your Twitter and your responses, how do I unlink this? We gonna laugh.
You know what's funny?
We gonna funny, nigga. Yeah,
you know what's funny?
I would have tagged a chick like, man, you got me fucked up in these streets. What did I
know what's funny?
Like I would have, like he could have played that shit a lot different.
Wasn't when he dissed Meek Mill, he said that the Dream Chasers logo standing for Dick Chasers.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my god,
he did.
The game gonna look over
get
like
Meek Mill out here, man.
And it all comes
I fucks with
Take
Meek,
out the trash,
and it all comes back full circle.
Man, I fucks with him.
Game must know something we don't know.
Is it your world tour or is it your girls tour? All right, man. We're about to get out of here because we've been here for almost 3 hours, man. We definitely want to thank Tre Mak for coming in and chopping it up with us.
Appreciate you.
He made this fun. This was lit. So we want to thank y'all for listening, man. We ain't gonna do final thoughts because this, like I said, we almost damn near 3 hours. But we want to thank y'all for listening. Please subscribe, like, comment. Please help us with the algorithm. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe if you are listening or if you like the content that we have been doing. We want to shout out to all the people that have helped this possible. Shout out to Big Nate. Shout out to D-Lo that's over here, man, giving us all the moral support, man. If you're looking for anybody to work you out in the Sacramento area, that is your guy. And we want to go ahead and let y'all go. So we appreciate y'all. Peace and love. And we are out.
Shout out to whoever got the bottle.
Hey, sangria.
Let's go. If you just let